G'day, beer tubers.
Huh?
Yeah, okay. G'day, beer tubers. Welcome back to Mackerel Stars Beer Reviews and our post-analysis hangout, Anthropomorphic Oranges. We've got with three people from the previous chat, including myself. We've got Guy, Lee, and Average Joe. Well, Lee wasn't here before, and I just botched the intro up.
Yeah, you really fucked it up.
Anyway,
I'm not wearing my hat. I don't look like Lee, do I? I mean, I'd be a handsome man.
Okay, I forgot to say Chris. It's probably because I've been drinking this bottle limp, and I'm still drinking this bottle limp, and I'm starting to get a little like it's the first thing I've drank all night, so I'm like, it's hitting me.
Oh, wait until he brings out the whiskey. Fuck.
Oh, yeah.
But that giant black dildo is pretty strong.
Oh, the whiskey.
It's empty though. Anyway. All right, speaking of drinking stuff, what's everybody drinking right now?
I am drinking, like I said offline to all these gentlemen, Tuscan Falls Red IPA. It's a new addition to the NSLC. So it's from here in Nova Scotia.
Nice.
What are you physicing there, Chris?
I don't know. There it is. We're having a
IPA
number 5, baby.
Oh, imagine that.
Jesus. Straight from the tap.
Terrible.
Straight out of the tap. And it's
Hey,
good.
Lee is here. All our friends are here.
Yeah, we got Lee here. Lee's drinking something. What are you drinking, Guy? You said you moving to gin?
Yeah, the Muskoka Oddity gin.
Oh, the Muskoka Odyssey gin.
I want to try that, actually.
I didn't see a review. How is it?
Watch the review.
Fuck.
Yeah, Nick.
Everybody watch the review. I'm
a great friend you are, Nick.
On, Nick.
Yeah, stop being a bad friend.
I put a lot of effort in that editing too, so you better watch it.
I saw
Come
your
on,
video,
I got home from work like half an hour before I went online tonight, so
No excuses.
Well, was Guy's review longer than half hour? You could have watched it.
Cousin Pascal is in there too, so
yeah. Spoiler, Nick. Spoiler, Nick. They liked it. They liked it.
Right.
Good old Peter Stormage.
Is it better than the one from Fist de Wa?
Oh, it's weird. It's hard to say which, because they have like it's almost tug of war, right? You got one part it's better, the other part's way worse. It's like it's so magical and weird.
Cool. Well,
there's a very bad part to it, and a very good part to it.
Nice. Either way, I'd love to try it. Moving right along. Oh, fine. Maybe I'll have to do that. I'll mute myself or something. Greg, what are you drinking?
No, he's talking to Agnes. Joe, what are you
talking
drinking?
to Agnes? Yeah, Joe.
I thought I would double fist to shout out our only two viewers we really have. First is Ripe from Peak Organic. It says, I won't let it zoom in because I don't care to give it time, but it says it's a wicked hoppy double IPA, and that's dumb, but it's from Portland, Maine, so that's where Raining on Your Parade from. So shout out to him. And then the other one is Jace Westcott, who is basically a slut for Left Field Brewing.
Yeah,
always post about their sours. So I have their Bang Bang dry hopped. What is it? Dry hopped sour. So
I am a slut.
Where'd you
I
get
want
that
to go see
from?
what do you mean? I got it from Canada. Where else would I get it from, Chris?
Oh, I know you got it from Canada, but
the same buddy who brought down. No, actually, I got this from our buddy Aaron Doucette. When I hung out with him and a couple of friends at a bottle share in November where we didn't invite Greg. Aaron gave me that. He's like, all right, do you want to try it? I'm like, I don't know. So it's like 4 months old, but whatever.
I'm gonna have to go visit them after the orgy on the 10th.
Hopefully the orgy on the 10th is all. Hope it will be.
Orgy in the basement.
Hey, if it's good enough to intrigue Cousin Pascal, it's on the right track.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
So very nice. And Greg's muted himself, otherwise I'd introduce him. So what's going on, everybody? Anything new?
Drinking beer, acting like douches. It's another Wednesday night post beer analysis 101, baby.
Yeah.
Introduce me. I need the attention, please.
Oh, what are you drinking?
Oh, my
Greg?
Lord.
I'm finishing up the bottle in, and then I'm probably going to have a 10 bitter years. Or I might have a Pompous Ass by Great Lakes. I haven't decided yet. The world is my oyster.
Mix both.
That's actually not a bad idea, Guy. Thank you for the choice.
I don't know where Chris went, but Chris, if you hop over the border, buddy, you can get some Peak Organic Ripe. This tastes like straight up peach juice. If you like peaches or apricots.
Rating on your parades in the comments, he says he's got one of those peak double IPAs in the fridge right now. Bought it yesterday.
Bust it open right now.
Bust it open.
It is. There's so much. I don't think I've ever had a double IPA. Let me take that back. There's a lot of peach in here. There's a lot of peach, and it's fantastic. Peak Organic's one of those places that obviously, kind of like Bo's, organic beers, but they don't have a great history. Their track record is kind of spotty for me. So I was hesitant to buy this just because it shows up and their stuff's usually underwhelming, but this is really tasty.
I've had something from Peak Organics, and I can't remember what it was.
We should go to Joe's. We should stack me, cousin Pascal, and Joe's. It looks plain room in his bed, anyways.
I had the summer session ale from them.
Come on. You had the summer session? Okay, I had their oak-aged mocha stout, like, from 2012, and it was pretty good. But then a lot of their normal stuff that comes in, a lot of their canned, regular, and bottled stuff, like they had a winter ale and a couple other things. This is all right.
Aren't they like the organic wing of some other brewery? Or did I hear that wrong?
They could be. I don't know.
Chicken wings.
So, Joe, I heard everything you said about that being I just had a little bit of a mishap here with the beers, but
did you F it up in the physics, bro?
No.
Whatever.
One glass fell over and just missed my fucking my laptop. But anyway, all Pete. No, my old laptop. I don't really care. But
I was gonna say the Peak Organics review I posted the summer ale. I had it in 2013, but I didn't post a review until 2014.
You get that at Wegmans?
No, I got it at listen.
Brewed and Bottle.
I want to kind of slap you multiple times, but I won't because
I'm bringing Nick to a Brewed and Bottle when we come.
Yeah, so when you guys go over, you go to Brewed and Bottled, and you go to I don't think anybody watches anyway. You go to Tops, which is right down the street from it. This Taps Never Stops producing amazing beer because it's a locally owned Tops grocery store.
Oh, so what happens is
the son is hardened to like super deep into craft beer. He gets all the crazy stuff, all the good bottle shops. You walk in, it's crazy. They have a crawler machine in a Tops. It's stupid,
hilarious.
But it's so good. It's right down the street from Brew and Bottle. So if you go to Brew and Bottle and you don't find what you want, you go to Tops. Usually they have it because people don't know because it's Tops. People don't go to that Tops and like, where's all the craft beer? No, they go to Tops because they want groceries. But yeah, and then right next to the Brew and Bottle's a brewery called Brickyard, which has also awesome barbecue. So you guys can make a little day of it. I mean, I'll come up and meet you there.
I was supposed to go to fucking Brickyard with my buddy, and I will take Nick there we'll go there.
Yeah, you guys.
It's a date.
Yeah, we'll go to an awesome bottle shop.
What am I agreeing to? What the hell?
Don't worry about it. You're going to be here anyway. You're my prisoner for 5 days, so fuck.
Nick, just make sure there's duct tape and handcuffs, and we're good to go.
Tops is really good.
We're still going to Port Colborne, right?
Okay, Nick. Listen. Okay. You've been coming here for the last 4 years. Okay.
Yeah, I heard over the border. Choices to go anywhere I really want to.
No. We'll go wherever you want. We'll go wherever you want to go. But I am guaranteeing you that we're going over the border. Out of your 5 days, we're going to go over at least 3 times.
Oh wow!
To go check out and grab some beers and then come back. Okay.
You're gonna wonder why I'm over there over across the border so many times.
Just show them your camera. You got a lot of pictures to take.
Yeah, show my camera. Was like, did you buy that here?
Just show them your penis and they'll be like, "Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir."
Tops is really good. I really love their trading cards. So if they do grocery trading, pretty good.
That's 2 P's, Lee. That's 2 P's. It's the better Tops.
You only get 2 peas in a fucking bag of peas. That's not good.
Oh, that'd be pretty bad, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I have to rethink the Tops grocery.
Peas in a pod.
Badass.
I'd have to rethink the grocery side of their business. Then I think
they are also rethinking their grocery side of the business because they just filed for bankruptcy. So that's perfect.
Oh well, that would fucking yeah.
They literally did. They just did like
Jenny were like peas and carrots.
Like we can't compete with Wegmans, who is awesome, right? It'd be terrible, baby. But yeah, if you see this, if next time you come over, Chris, this is right in your wheelhouse.
I'm going to look for that.
It's a double. It drinks like whatever. It's it's the basically IPA number 5.
Yeah, what's the ABV on that one?
Probably like 8 something, right? Because that's what all these double IPAs are. Yeah, 8%. So
Nice.
well,
We have more people in the comments here. Jimmy Jazz says he tried to go to brewed and bottled last time I was in Buffalo, but missed it by like 5 minutes. Heard lots of good things. Missed it by 5 minutes. What does he mean? Like the place moves in certain times, or
it closes. So during the week, I see what you're doing there, Lee, and I'm on top of it. I like it, but it closes at 8 p.m. because it's a bottle shop that's open 8 hours instead of 9 to 5 or whatever. They're open 12 to 8. So if you're there late, then yeah, it's kind of problematic. During the week, on the weekends they're open to I think 10, 11.
I see. Redbeard's in here. He's saying, "What be going down?" Well, you see it. You've been part of it. I'm pretty sure you know what's going down.
What is going on?
Rating on Your Parade says, opening a Rising Tide Sour IPA. I believe it is the first sour IPA. I've been seeing these pop up, but could be new trend. I'll let you know what I think. Probably a better transition from the stout than Peak's double IPA.
Yeah, I don't know. I transitioned pretty well into this one from the post bottle, baby.
Yeah, there you go. Redbeard said there are some amazing sour IPAs out there, and then Rating on Your Parade says could be the new trend. Redbeard,
the trend post New England IPA.
Well, it is the new trend, and there was actually a canning release at Hudson Valley Brewers, which is downstate, closer, obviously, to New York City, and they apparently make like some of the best sour IPAs in the country, and a couple of my friends went to it, so I was like, hook me up, brothers. But yeah, the sour IPAs are, I think sour IPAs and dry hop sours are kind of the thing where you get like the best of both worlds. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be the new trend, but there has to be a new trend at some point, right? So,
oh yeah, it's got to stay fresh. I mean, IPAs tend to get long in the tooth. Everybody's getting hopped out, but they got to try new things.
There's always something. I mean, you guys look back to just the 5 years of just being on YouTube and doing beer reviews and stuff from, adjunct stouts and barrel-aged stouts and sours and Gozas coming back, and then, New England style IPAs and IPAs with fruit. I mean, there's always it's the thing about craft beer. There's always creativity flowing. And there's always innovation. So it seems like every year or two, something jumps to the front of the line. Usually how it works.
All right, so I got a question for everybody. What should I do, bottle or can?
Can.
Yeah, can. I already see the bottle. I don't want you to drink it.
All right, so which can should I drink?
Is that about light blue?
Left hand. Left hand.
Blue? Left blue.
Yeah, left hand.
Left blue.
Dude, no. Left hand. Left hand.
All right.
What's
so you have chosen Loyalist City Brewing's rotating India Pale Ale series. This is
back to the blue. Back to the blue. Go to the blue.
Back to the blue.
I don't know about that.
You chose the wrong one.
Lupulus Interruptus.
No.
How about you just mix them both together in a really big glass?
Like
and whiskey. Whiskey as well.
All right.
Whiskey.
I was going to drink this one anyway.
Whiskey.
It is Lupulus Interruptus. It's medium body, high bitterness, classic American IPA. Delivers waves of citrus, passion, fruit, and pine. 8% ABV and 89 IBUs. So yeah, Loyal City Brewing just recently started producing cans and putting them in some, not all, but some NB liquor stores. So I went right to the one that they're right next to, literally, and got this beer. So let me see if that's, holy shit, look at that.
Oh my
god, baby. Look at that.
Is that a light barley wine, or what is that?
Is that
stouty?
It looks like a juicy motherfucking juice.
It doesn't look that hazy. It looks terrible.
Looks
probably
so
pour it
stouty.
down the drain.
Hazy? Looks like a hazy motherfucker.
Yeah, baby. It looks so hazy, baby. Oh my god. All the haze.
Why are you guys all talking like you're in a blaxploitation movie?
Oh, listen here, Lee Russell, baby. Dustin Rose doesn't want to hear your jibber jabber this night, okay, baby? You need to shut your mouth, and we're gonna go to an Iron Man match a little later, baby. Let's do it.
We're gonna have an Iron Man match, baby.
That's what we're gonna do, baby.
All right, Red Rod, check your Facebook. I sent you links.
Baby, are those individuals? Or you calling them as one individual, baby? Is it Red Rod or is it Red and Rod, baby?
Rod Beard.
It's gonna be the Midnight Rodner.
Baby, right now your parade. Right now your parade. Look at the juiciness, baby. Look at that This ripe though, Rating IPA, you need to drink it. Like it's.
Oh yeah.
Get that rap right in your face, baby. It's running on your parade, all over your taste buds.
Baby, this is the best organic stout I've ever had, and even though it's not a stout and it's not double IPA, I still think it's a stout, baby.
But it's like getting a mouth.
Joe.
When we physics this stout, baby, that's not a stout.
Speak organics.
Like getting a mafia kick right in the mush.
Oof. Baby, get mushed upon, baby. I don't know what that means. Terrible. Yes. Hello, Rajay. As Nick said, check your messages if you want to be a part of this, which no one does. I know.
Yeah, that's,
you want to ignore it.
It's optional.
Red, same thing. If you're back from work or whatever.
It's too crazy. Red's not smart enough to ignore us. He's like Joe.
Yeah. No, he's what?
Don't
compare me to Redbeard. It's terrible.
He's just joking around.
Joe, the only difference between the two of you is his beard is redder than yours. You're basically the same person otherwise.
I'm gonna need you to shut your mouth real quick. Just shut it. Just
look. What's this? 2 beers. I'm gonna combine
shit.
them just like Guy said. Shit, they're both okay beers.
Said it. He said whiskey. I said pour 2 beers together in one glass.
Oh, okay.
Are you seriously? Hang on. Are you mixing? I see you're mixing a double IPA with an English pale ale.
Yes.
Pale ale.
Oh my God, you're a rebel.
And whiskey.
And I'm having nightmares from the last year's bottle share. Thank you very much.
There's no whiskey.
No. Good point, Chris.
Oh, don't worry, Chris.
Oh no,
Chris,
I'm worried. Oh, by the way, I'm going to give you the wrong address to my apartment building.
Yeah, he's not allowed in if he brings anything from Niagara Brewing Company. Like, we will physically not allow him in.
What the hell's going
on?
on?
Have to sit out on the doorstep and drink them alone.
Yeah, listen, I can watch your video and I can establish where you live, and then I'll climb the outside of your building like Spider-Man.
Oh, Jesus.
Spider Greg.
Although he won't do it in a Spider-Man costume, he'll be in a fucking gimp suit.
No, and the second I get up on the 10th, I'm going to start shooting spider webs everywhere.
Oh.
Ugh. Good Lord.
I really hope it's not that.
Welcome to my world. Ooh, big deal.
I don't want to be here right now.
Chris made a joke that he masturbates a lot. I have a question. What are the house rules? Are we allowed to take a shit in your bathroom?
Yo, we're gonna be in the basement of his. We're gonna be back in the basement, but not on the tent, but back in the basement.
Exactly.
But I hope I get take a shit.
Well, Nick, I've got a special place for you to poop. Don't worry.
Oh dear God!
It's down the street. I got Tim Hortons down, like literally, it's 5 minutes away.
Oh, I thought you meant on his chest.
That's why you picked that apartment.
And Nick, he has one.
I thought we were talking like Cleveland Steamers.
I have one bathroom.
He has one bathroom, but he also has one strict rule for you, and one rule only: absolutely, under no circumstances, taquitos. Never. Not allowed.
There's not even a 7-Eleven near me, which is.
Oh.
Hey man, listen. Everybody laughed at me when I came up the first year of fucking travel wipes, but you guys, you might want to consider that.
I don't think anyone laughed. If whoever laughed at you, joke's on them, because that was probably the best idea you've ever had.
I don't think anybody said anything about the travel wipes that you brought with you until Chad's ex-girlfriend started accusing him of cheating on him for having hooker travel wipes in the back.
Can we get sponsorship by
wait a minute. Hold on. I just want to establish something.
Sorry.
Lee, did you stay at the Albino Rhinos place that one year?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Okay, you are 100% justified in your travel wipes.
I wiped that toilet down every time I went.
Yeah,
it's not justified. It's encouraged.
To the person, well, since this chat is not in any way affiliated with Albino Rhino, I can speak my mind. To that fucking pig that used to try and look after that household, you know who you are if you're watching, which I know you're not. You should be disgusted with yourself. And of course, Lee needed the wipes just so he could poop or pee in peace and not have fucking
something off the toilet
disease go up his butthole.
You know what? Let me. Just to save a little bit of face for Chad here. Bringing your own wipes and stuff like that to disinfect somebody else's toilet is not actually a fucking bad idea, no matter where you're fucking going anyway. To be honest, it doesn't matter. It may not be the most polite thing in the world, but I mean, you know, it is your body. So
Well,
fucking
Chris,
who cares?
you remember the first thing I did when we got to Chad's place last year was to go to the 7-Eleven by his house and buy a spray bottle of Lysol bathroom.
Well, I mean, and yeah, you got to do what you got to do, right? You got to protect yourself. Fuck.
And apparently, I have clean washrooms. Apparently,
Just to clarify, I wasn't referring to Chad as the pig. In case nobody caught that.
Greg, we're just ignoring you in general, but we hear you. We hear what you're saying.
And Paul says pepperettes. Yeah, no pepperettes allowed either, Nick. So,
no. Hey, don't you point fingers at me with the pepperettes and the pepperoni farts that Paul had the entire weekend.
Well, that I guess evened out the fact that you are an absolute disaster sleeping. So either way you look at it.
Oh yeah.
That's why not getting any sleep because he was on the floor in front of the couch that I was on.
Oh boy.
There's no shame of shaking the sidewalk either.
Oh. Now here's something you may be shocked at in this crazy beer alchemy, which apparently Guy took credit for, but apparently was Lee's idea.
No, you gave Guy credit for it.
The English Pale Ale actually seems to take over the flavor. Isn't that weird?
This is my idea.
It's like you trying to take over this chat.
Isn't that weird?
All right, so in 10 years, we're going to do a mustache ride bottle share at Lee's house.
Yep.
Should be a mustache ride?
He has a mustache ride hotel near his place.
Yeah, that is a mustache ride place. That guy who gave you your room keys, he had a mustache. He looked like he was a straight up pervert, that motherfucker.
What class is that, Joe?
This is the Bring Out Your Dead from Bellwood, so I'm going to ruin it with the shitty left-hand dry hop sour.
Oh, I like that glass.
Jeez, Joe, who got you that?
It was Greg. Greg got me one that like was chipped or something. They had to go back to the brewery and get a new one.
From Greg's Beer.
I didn't have to go back, Joe. I volunteered to go back because I'm like, this is not the kind of quality Joe would expect.
And that's why
I can't wait till Greg had to fucking start his own channel.
Couple of mugs, guys.
It's gonna be awesome.
Hey, Redbeard.
Ooh,
hey, Redbeard.
Oh,
come on, Stella.
Baby.
I told you Redbeard couldn't quit us.
Never.
I'm
gonna crack open my bottle lip now. Fucking God.
Oh my God!
Hey, have you ever had it?
What's your rating?
I have. I'm a big fan of this beer, actually.
Redbeard, I'd really like to hear what you say about this beer if it was, I don't know, an hour ago, but now not so much.
Redbeard, I gotta admit that I was thinking of you when I picked this beer, and I was sorry you couldn't make it tonight.
Oh, this fucking dry hop sour is not
bad.
bad.
I know, Nick was thinking.
Joe,
Nick was thinking of you when he had a taquito too.
I've been thinking about you.
Randomly, guys, what's next week's beer?
We're doing Wells Banana Bread.
If I'm available, I'm pretty sure I can find that somewhere here.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I had that one a while ago. I thought it was decent. It wasn't too
Joe,
bad.
are you having some kind of feeling?
It's not super over anything.
It's not as good as it used to be, apparently.
Oh yeah, I believe.
No,
that.
it's definitely not.
Oh, Joe don't like it.
Yeah, no,
it's not great, Chris. Chris is
Very,
great.
I should have started this so long ago. I would have tried so many beers before they got bad. Apparently.
Baby, it's almost like I'm drinking Limburger cheese, daddy. That's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, Wells makes the Young's double chocolate stout as well. And I remember when it first, or not when it first came out here, but back before they started ramping up production of it, it used to be inconsistent, but when it was good, it was fantastic. And then it just became okay after a while.
And that's where you would mix both of those two beers together. What actually might make a better beer.
That actually wouldn't
physics it up.
Chocolate banana.
Randomly, anybody, I think they're limited edition, but they had chocolate Cheerios and banana bread flavored Cheerios, and I actually bought a box of each and would go half and half, and very tasty.
Oh, there you go. That actually worked. And physics them? Yeah, I don't know if the bottle will fit.
Physics of Cheerio.
Physics of Cheerios.
Yeah.
Okay. Physics your Cheerios. What the fuck?
I'm gonna sonicate some milk next.
Baby, Thonicate all day long, baby.
You're
All the
ruin your physics
Thonication.
machine.
The Thonication, baby.
He's gonna dump some Lucky Charms in his fucking IPA number 5.
After me, Lucky Charms.
Just the marshmallows. Just the marshmallows.
All the sonication happening right now. Right.
Sonication rules the nation.
What the fuck are you doing, Nick?
Well,
No one actually wants to know that at any point.
Nobody actually knows. Nobody actually give a shit.
Oh, we didn't say that. We just say we don't need to know.
PA Bruno's fuck you, Murray, instead of TQ Murray.
No, I'm down with
Fuck
that.
who, Murky. Murky? Or chemistry set chaos.
And he called you the snore monster as well.
Going on in the comments, anyone? Lee, let's go check it out.
Yeah, there's some stuff here. Mostly it's just Paul making fun of people. I mean, he called somebody a diva, and
I think he meant me. Could
yeah,
be
he called you a diva. Raining on Your Parade says, I changed my mind, Joe. I took one sip of the sour and said it was okay. I put the rest in a mason jar in the fridge, opening to ripe in a few minutes after some water. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yes. By the way, Chris, are you gonna make a thumbnail for Bottle Limp?
Yeah, I can do that right now while we're talking.
This Bang Bang from left field, because they name everything after baseball. Bang Bang play. It's not bad. It's just really weird. I don't even know how to explain it. There's flavors in here that's just, I don't know. Maybe Limburger cheese, baby.
If there's a cheese flavor in a beer,
it's not cheesy. It's very like musty and strange. In addition to like being slightly tart and like there's lemon, a little bit of like mango thing going on. But
I know what you're saying. I've tasted sours that sort of go in that direction. Definitely.
It's not bad. It's just after having a Russian Imperial Stout with coffee and then like a double IPA that's like juice and then drinking this, it's like a shock to your palate. Even after cleansing it with like 17 dill pickles, still doesn't help.
Yeah. A lot of dill pickles.
Mm-hmm. The only thing I've ever had from left field is their ethos, which I love.
Which is fantastic. I like that. I will honestly say that is like, if someone asked me about a brown ale nowadays, that's the only one that I can reference.
The other one that's good is their laser
Grizzly
show.
beer.
The laser show that
I kind of want to try the laser show now. That sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
Grizzly beer though.
Better. Fresh is awesome.
Grizzly beer though, Greg, is it's more hop forward than like a regular brown ale.
Grizzly beer is basically a light black IPA.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, so apparently my dad's in Hawaii right now, so the only beer I can think of I asked him to get me is that the Maui Brewing Coconut Hawaii part.
Yeah, you'll get that. That's really good. They also have a double IPA called. They also have a double IPA called Swell from them. That's pretty good too. Guy?
Just type in the chat. I'll copy paste that shit.
Just Maui.
Sam Chucky has a dad.
No idea what just happened there.
He was birthed from a human. Go figure.
He did 2 reviews with me recently. You should watch that, Nick. Fuck's sakes.
You mean
does anybody watch any of Gee's stuff?
I watch Gee's stuff. I mean, his dad retired, and he had him on the show.
I look at the thumbnails.
Listen,
I'm still not convinced that Guy isn't actually just a homunculus.
The problem is if as soon as I see a certain radar on the thing, I'm just like, I don't know if I can watch this video without the FBI raiding my house, and that's weird because I'm in Canada. So
it's just not on the radar.
All right, you're not allowed to talk anymore, Nick. 5
minutes. Apparently, the check hasn't come cleared through to Peter yet for him to write your jokes for you.
I haven't gotten a single joke from him yet.
Jesus Christ, Nick.
Jesus Christ.
I'm going back to this double IPA because that's weird.
I'm not a smart man, but
did anybody have the
Christopher Walken doing Forrest Gump?
Expansion sour IPA from Stack this past summer?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to mute Greg.
Got cut off a little bit. What?
Say that again.
Did anybody here have the expansion sour IPA by Stack Brewing out of Sudbury?
No, we don't. No one gets Stack, and if they do, they don't buy it.
Well, that was actually.
That sounds like a brewery.
I'm just kidding around my beer. I have no idea.
That sounds like a brewery that totally needs to make a beer called Fat Stacks.
That was one of my #1 beers of last year for sure. It was fucking amazing. It was so good.
It's funny you say that, Nick, because there is a brewery in New York State that makes a Fat Stack maple pecan porter. That's pretty fantastic.
That'd be good.
Well, we will check them out when we go across the border 3 times.
You probably won't be able to find them, but
no problem.
I mean, the thing about Nick is Nick doesn't get to the States too often, and he's stuck with shit in New Brunswick.
I've been across the border since 2014.
You better save money because when you come across the border, you don't understand how much shit you're gonna be like. I want to try this and this, and then I need like $7.
How many?
And with that being said, I mean, Nick, you can't come over with more than fucking. I'll tell you right now, you're not going back over with more than 12 bottles of your own at a time.
God
No,
no.
he can. You have to pay
the duty. Yeah, there's
Duty.
no point if we don't have to.
Yeah,
if we don't have to
yeah,
get
no,
pulled in, then
you're
we're
not going to
good.
see me going crazy like that.
But if you go over a couple times, he'll be able to bring like a case back, and then
Not
maybe
if
send
he
it to
goes
himself.
through the main border. They don't care.
Considering I'll have to watch my money and it can only bring back so much anyway, I'm
That's why I
probably
said
going to
save
watch.
money.
I'm going to watch my spending.
I mean,
No,
you
they
can
don't-
trust
no.
me to send you some beers.
I say. Are you going to send them to me, or are you going to keep them like you did with the half hours on Earth?
Oh,
Here's the thing, though.
nice.
Listen, we don't need infighting, but I will say this: if you do come over and get some stuff, Nick, what I would say is take whatever you can on the plane that is hop forward, and the rest of the stuff that can age you leave behind. That's just
Yeah, that's true.
plain
Although I'd probably be more
Anything you don't
fascinated
mind.
I'd be more fascinated with like barrel aged stuff anyway.
Anything you
Yeah,
don't mind,
well,
like physicsing and then sending it to you in plastic bottles.
Also, just
Because when it comes to hot forward stuff, I'm gonna buy all the IPA number 5 that I'm here.
yeah, and also if,
There won't
if you
be
want
any.
to, if you want to, get extra bottles across the border or extra cans, just tape them to the inside of your clothes, on your body. they probably won't strip search you.
I'll take like 4 cans and then tape them underneath my shirt right here.
Yeah, they're not looking.
Actually,
Oh, I
you
won't
can
look
put
suspicious
They're
at
not
all.
looking.
no, put them all in the sort of breast area, and if the guard questions you, you say, well, "I'm transitioning."
Penis stack cans like I wrote.
How much?
Like
Is,
this.
how much is duty actually? Like if you wanted to bring back more, how much is duty?
Lee, you're also forgetting that
Whatever
Nick
they
is
want it
actually
to
like,
be.
Nick is actually like a
Right here.
90-pound man, and most of him is just his dick wrapped around him, so he can't put anything else around him.
Coiled up like garden
okay.
hose.
I'm not even going to go into this other line of questioning because
Please
that's
don't.
just no, I'm not going to do it.
I will
Sorry,
say
Red-
though that
sorry, Redbeard, didn't mean to interrupt.
Lupulus interruptus from Loyalist City is actually quite excellent. Just
Can any
saying.
of us get that? You think?
Nick's drunk.
No. I mean, it's.
No, we don't fucking care, Dick. We don't care.
Can I get Peak Organics? Do I fucking
Yes,
care?
you
Yes,
can.
I care.
You drive like 2 hours to Maine. You're
Okay,
there.
if you
Who the fuck drives 2 hours for beer?
You? No, you actually don't. You don't drive 2 minutes for beer. You're fucking.
That's right. If it's not within a kilometer away,
Yeah,
I don't want it.
I will admit I need to make a trip over to Calais at some point, but I'm
You
more
do.
interested. I'm not planning to do so until after the trip. But what I am kind of planning to do so is I'm planning to make a trip up to Fredericton before the fest so that I can get some trailways that are fresh. And I'm thinking like I'm gonna bring all like New England stuff when I come up.
Chris, Redbeard is
What
asking
do we got
what was
here?
the overrating bottle. Was it like a
Yeah, what are the scores in Bottling?
The scores
I remember.
Style 7.7 and overall 7.9.
What did I just post? What did I just post? I remember.
Oh shit!
I'm on top of it, Chris.
I might have brought it up. I might have brought it up like edited or something like that. but-
So you didn't put it in your fridge then?
What did you think, Redbeard?
I love
'Cause
this.
I
stuff.
care.
It's
I care.
it's got that really nice coffee bitterness to it. Like I'm actually drinking it pretty cold. It still tastes delicious.
Damn it.
The
Wait
nice.
till
thick
it
head.
warms up. It'll blow your pants right off.
I love it.
If you're wearing any, that is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Pajama bottoms, baby. Woo!
A few more comments here. PA Brew News says, nothing like seeing a beer change from ice cold to room temp in 5-minute live review to see the full diversity and range of flavors a beer can provide.
That sounds
Raining-
sarcastic.
Yeah, it kind of does. Raining Iron Parade says, just taking a sip of the Rising Tide Sour IPA, I'm thinking I will not be getting into the style too much. I will leave the sours to the Belgians. PA Bruno says they are very hard for me to get into, kind of like women's panties. Men's, no problem, but that's life.
Yeah, that's,
Basically, Paul for
This is
you in a
good.
nutshell.
it's always easier to impress men.
I think sours and sour IPAs in general are one of those styles you either love or hate, and then there's a small percentage of people that will continue to try sour IPAs or dry hop sours and get into them. But usually it's either I hate them or I love them right from the get go. So it sounds like Raining Iron Parade's one of those guys that just doesn't really care for them and probably won't
I'm
give
the
them
guy
a
that
true
generally
chance.
doesn't like them, but I still keep trying them because I'm trying to develop a palate for them, but it's so far not working out.
Well, it's just like
Baby-
anything else in
baby
life,
palate.
though. You don't like or dislike everything in life. There's things that you don't enjoy. No matter how much your palate changes, you won't like certain things. And there are 100+ beer styles. If anyone says they love every style, they're lying, because it's impossible to love every single style.
It's like those same fucking assholes who say they like all music. Fuck you. Pick a fucking genre, you cunt.
Now, here's actually the really interesting
you really
thing.
like One Direction then, huh?
I love Nickelback, right?
Yeah.
I would respect someone who just said they really love Nickelback compared to some asshole who says, "Oh, I love everything. I love all music."
Well,
Yeah, you love Nickelback. Well, look at this photograph.
You're better off saying I like a bunch of different, types of music, not I love all music, because they're all.
I like a little bit of something from almost every genre out there.
He's a little bit country, a little bit
There's
rock
a
and
lot
roll.
of shit that I don't like.
Yeah, almost. That's the thing. If we sat here and broke down how many different genres of music there are, it'd be like beer styles. There's a lot where if someone sat here and played something from each, you'd be like, oh, I don't like that, or I don't like that. There'd be a lot. Yeah,
you're not going to catch me listening to hillbilly country or something. So,
but Pete, that's why
really the Reverend Peyton's Big Damn Band is they're like almost like a bluegrass country, but at the same time they got like this awesome kind of beat to them. And the guy's voice, I highly recommend.
Well, are you a country music fan there, Redbeard?
Not even. I can tolerate some of it because I grew up. My mom loved it, so I had to be around it a lot, so I can sing along to a lot of songs I wish I couldn't sing along to. But
my parents they are square dancers. So I grew up with the whole fucking country.
Oh, I used to go to the fall.
And you know what? Older country music actually doesn't sound that bad.
Square
but
dancing
like
was
new
the
country
shit.
music. Yeah, square dancing was the shit.
But I'm saying I used to love that, man. Like I'd go square dancing fucking right now, man. It's like it's so stupid, but it's just so much fun. I had a great time every time I ever did it, man.
Yeah, well, tell that to my folks. They'd probably love to meet you.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Careful.
He's already meeting the parents.
It's actually
but yeah, when it comes to country music, I'm not really a big fan of what it's become today. It's like pop country.
I agree completely.
God, no.
Well, like Stompin' Tom Connors.
Oh yeah,
Johnny Horton, like North to Alaska, the Battle of 1814 and shit like that. I love some of that old school shit, but yeah.
Well, even like you know what I really like is Gordon Lightfoot. I actually like a lot of his stuff.
Yeah.
And he's kind of like folk country kind of.
Some of the older, like I have like the only country album I actually own is Garth Brooks. I believe it's In Pieces, the one with standing outside the fire and a bunch of. He was.
Oh yeah.
It was.
He made some solid stuff back in the 80s, 90s.
Agreed.
But
sure.
You know, he was kind of like on that borderline. Like I think it was really like Shania Twain where it started to break down. We've completely lost the entire panel.
I just want to choke you both out so you don't talk the rest of the night.
Can we let's steer this back towards beer for a second.
Yeah, I just want to mention here's where Nick he starts off his little spiel there by the really old country, not the new country is really good. And then he starts talking about Garth Brooks and shit. You totally lost me, dude.
How's this for some legitimacy? I just found this in my
Nick, stop
CDs.
Showing off your old shit. Like, there's no girls in the chat right now.
Yeah, all we have is a chat. Is, right
it's a copy of Tool.
No, we know.
We know your Tool is bigger than everyone else.
I just showed my Tool online.
Nick never missed opportunity to show his Tool off. We know, Nick. We know how you roll. Let's read the comments real quick.
Sorry, I was just gonna say quickly, like on the topic of like sort of beer styles. Sorry, I'm steering this back towards beer. I'm sorry if that offends anyone. But and this will probably make Chris happy because I, up until very recently, did not like the New England IPA style. And IPA number 5, Collective Arts, that actually changed me, and now I actually enjoy that style more because that was kind of a transition beer for me. That somehow worked with my palate.
It's on you.
That's the thing. It's one of those things.
I got one I enjoyed. Yeah.
Yeah, and not to say that's going to work for every style, but I mean, for someone who likes IPAs, if you've tried New England style IPAs, you're like, okay, that's not my deal or whatever. You just haven't found one that I think really resonates with you, and not to be. I don't want to criticize Ontario brewers, but there aren't a ton of them doing New England style IPAs.
They don't do good ones.
True to the style.
And with the New England style IPAs, I feel like, me jumping in so late into it, I just hope that it doesn't just, start fading out, I'd be like, what the fuck? I just got in there.
That's the misconception here with that style. Here's we talked about it on the dual review we did, but misconception with New England style IPAs, it's a fad. I heard the same thing about barrel aged beers about, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago. It's not a fad. People enjoy them. Now, if you don't enjoy the style, that's fine, like that, because you're allowed to enjoy it and dislike.
People do, right?
But there's a shit ton of people that love the New England style. It's not going away anytime soon. And when it does slightly go away, it's still going to be here, just not going to be as abundant, and you're not going to have every single half-ass brewery trying to do it. So, I mean, it's one of those things where, yeah, and New England styles aren't new. Like a lot of people will be like, "Oh, the new fad." I'm sorry, but they've been here for like certainly the ones that we see, like they in the vein of the Collective Arts number 5 or some of the bigger breweries. They've been around for 5+ years, and they've changed over the last 5 or 6 years, but they've been here for a while. It's just they're becoming more popular now, and everybody's local brewery is doing them and producing them. So, yes, they're going to get more hype, but they've been around for quite a long time, and it's going to be popular for a long time going forward. So, when I hear it's a fad, I don't get angry because I don't really care, but I also know that whoever says it's a fad or is saying it's a fad doesn't understand how fads work, and certainly doesn't understand how the beer industry is rolling currently.
I have only one thing to add to that amazing little speech there, Joe. Along came Lou with the old baboon, says, I recognize that smell. That smells like 7 layers. Beaver eats Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Nick,
I noticed Big Brown Beaver.
All I can say is you all have pretty mouths.
No. Okay. And speaking of pretty mouths, we're going to roll on to Raining on Your Parade's next comment. He says, Peaks Organic is made 2 blocks from his house at the Shipyard Brewery.
Oh, right by the dumpster.
So, that's fucked up, Nick. This is a viewer of yours. Shipyard, I guess, contract brews for them, which is kind of interesting. Hopefully, they do. Oh, so here's a question I got for you, Ring Eye Parade. If you know about this, I don't know if you're knowledgeable about this specifically, but I know a lot of places that have contract brewed at Shipyard. They make them use the what's their yeast strain they use? The fucking English strain.
Poop.
The what? The what? Ringwood. Do they make Peak Organic and whoever contract brews there use the Ringwood yeast? Because I'm not getting that in here at all.
Ringo.
So I'd have to say no, but I know
Ringo
there's breweries
Star.
that like that house yeast is their, they're like, no, you're not changing it up. So he also says Pete's Ripe, which I'm drinking, he's drinking, is a peach bomb for sure. Joe, if you like this, try Geary's Riverside IPA, peach bomb as well. I doubt they're available locally enough. You want to send me some of that along with possibly your other like Bissell Brothers and stuff, or the Foundation. We'll do it when my channel starts.
Bissell Brothers.
When my channel starts training, we'll do a trade. You can send me all the good stuff. Don't send any Bissell to Nick, though. He doesn't deserve it.
When my channel starts.
And then Paul's doing and the thunder rolls and the chat just died.
Oh God! I hate that song so much. I hate that song so fucking much.
Yeah, no, it's pretty terrible. And Rajay says the New England style IPA is now a recognized category by the BA. So yeah, not going away for a while. No, it's not. Also, Rod, why aren't you in here? This is on you.
But do they even recognize the black IPA yet?
I know.
They don't recognize a lot of styles that have come up in the last few years. They're pretty slow to adapt.
Mm-hmm. Rainy Air Praise says so many breweries in Maine opening up, making world-class IPA. It's mega crazy. Yeah, but it's Maine. Nobody knows about Maine.
Nobody knows about Maine.
It's Maine. I mean, no, I'm just kidding.
They're all hoping for guest spots in the Stephen King book.
Hey, look at it this way. Look at it this way. There's Maine, and then there's New Brunswick. Less people know New Brunswick than in Maine, I bet.
Yeah, less people should know about New Brunswick in general.
Fuck off. You haven't been here.
Uncalled.
I'm sure
from New Brunswick.
I always refer to New Brunswick as the drive-through province because it's the one you drive through to get to Nova Scotia.
Listen, the most exciting thing about New Brunswick is Nick, so that says something.
Yeah, right. And I go to your place in order to get anywhere to get interesting.
Paul says, Joe speaking truth, hashtag truth hurts, fad loves, hashtag Primus, and then he says Ringwood, I guess to
Ringwood.
That stupid fucking song, Thunder Rolls.
I like Molly.
And the lightning strikes.
It's about a guy coming back home and his wife realizing that he's cheating on her.
Hopefully she just joins in and has
So
fun.
so many country songs.
Lee does listen to country music.
No, here's how I know this
Yes.
song. It is actually the theme music for one of the worst wrestlers in Smoky Mountain Wrestling.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Tim Horner.
Yeah.
Who was a piece of shit. And that song
Just like that song.
Yeah.
That song, like how that's not a song he uses. Your theme song. That's just not.
It is if you have a territory wrestling company in the Smoky Mountain area,
or if you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, or if you're a piece of shit.
I just want to point,
maybe
a piece of shit.
Point out to all our female viewers out there, all 0 of you, if you ever come home, catch your man cheating on you, just join in the fun. You'll have a good time.
Greg, because
the song is about fucking presumably Garth Brooks coming home during a storm and his wife rushing into his arms and smelling another woman on him.
Okay.
Whether it's perfume or pussy juice, I don't know which.
I enjoy us shitting on Garth Brooks, but the fact that we talked about Garth Brooks past 10 seconds.
Pussy juice.
Let's not forget.
Because the first thing you think of when you think of Garth Brooks is pussy juice.
No, the worst thing I think of about him is Chris Gaines. That fucking bullshit.
Okay, we're done. Yeah, we're done.
I thought you were going to say Chris Gaines.
From one piece of shit to another, Rating on Your Parade says Shipyard is way different now. The Ringwood yeast is gone now, but that never affected the contract brews anyway, so good to know.
I like Molly Ringwald.
And then, and then Jamie says New England IPA has just taken off the BA because of this chat. Because it's not Nick's channel. He doesn't produce anything anymore.
It's not like anyone watches Nick's channel.
We do have a lot.
I post a review, it gets like 9 views nowadays.
Yeah, Nick.
But they're sexy views.
Nick's channel is watched as much as Nick watches Gee's videos.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's 100% accurate.
Yep.
110%.
On YouTube, there's only Nick's channel, and that's it. That's all he knows.
Yeah. Nick has more subs than me, but I'm getting all the views. I'm just saying.
I see like a mini feud brewing here between Nick and Gee. It's kind of disturbing.
Controversy.
It's disturbing.
I actually lost a subscriber. I'm down to 127 again.
I lost like 10 in the last week somehow.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Lee. I didn't mean to. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I assume it was probably in like one of those YouTube calls where they go through dead accounts and get rid of them.
Because it's highly unlikely to lose that many in that short period of time when you're not a huge channel. You know, like.
And I didn't say anything super offensive in the last couple of weeks either. So
probably YouTube cleaning up inactivity from certain accounts and whatnot. I'd imagine.
I gotta get back to saying offensive shit. See how farther down I can get it.
I got a notification the other day. I got a new subscriber. His name was Satan's son Lucifer.
Oh, well, then, just like you then.
Congratulations, I guess. I don't know if that's...
I wonder if that guy's subscribed to Chris Peters as well.
Oh.
We can only hope.
One of his sock accounts.
I subscribe to your channel?
Keep an eye on your thumbnails.
Might steal your thumbnail.
My face is in all my thumbnails. That would be a funny thing to say.
Yeah, we know. We already established that.
Yeah, we see.
You know what? He's actually that dumb. He's actually stupid enough where he would probably steal that and put it in his fucking.
He will MS paint his face over yours.
Yeah.
He will MS paint his face over yours. That would be hilarious to see.
Well, I mean, he really is kind of the MS Paint of green screening, so you might as well just,
That's a good point. I'm thinking about that.
Anybody watched the H3 video he did recently? Green screen stuff. It was like #1 on trending for like 3 days or the past couple of days. It was fucking hilarious. What was it? It was all about what?
Did you say H3, not he?
H3N1?
H3.
That's he, yeah. That's how E is pronounced in the numeric.
I've always heard him called H3.
All right, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna leave Lee in charge for now.
Okay, good. Chris, stop trying to speak and fucking speak without giving us the text for everyone to see, so no one's confused.
It's not quite as high in trending anymore. It's called Prank Invasion. Look, and it is
broken.
Put the side chat here for anyone who wants to check it out. It's really funny shit.
Just so everyone knows, since Nick left me in charge, I will be muting people. Greg, I'm glad you're already muted because you were the first one on my list.
Did we ever establish if Paul was at work or not?
I don't know if he's at work or not. I mean, if you want a link, Paul, fucking hit us up on Facebook and jump in, you stupid bitch. Come on now.
That's
He
pretty.
wants us to talk more
There
about
we go.
pussy juice.
There's that offensive Lee we all love.
That's not offensive. Paul and I talk to each other like that
no.
all the time.
Oh, I'm sure. I do as well. I'm just.
Yeah, preferably if he does join, probably don't drink like a bottle of whiskey. Would just be the preferred. Just
You might want to like steady yourself for the actual trip over to Britain, and
oh, I can't wait. I think I want to say it was Peter who started an actual YouTube channel called.
Oh yeah, I got to subscribe to that shit. Yeah.
What he did? What now? Somebody post that in the chat.
What the fuck was it? What was the name? It was like the Manchester something.
Manchester something. Yeah.
Oh fuck! Well, let me know because that's going to be all Paul. It's going to be awesome.
Oh, it's gonna be fantastic. Let me just see my history. It's got to be here. I don't feel like looking. Yeah, the Manchester Piss Up.
Piss Up. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, I saw that.
There's a link in the sidebar, boys.
Boys.
PA Bruno says a battle between two channels no one cares about in relation to Guy and Nick, and then he says I got tons of sleaze films to do on They Must Be Destroyed on Sight. Yes, awesome. I just by the way, Paul, I just ordered a small handful of stuff on eBay that I'll be talking about soon. So once it shows up, anyway.
Oh shit! No 75-minute long unboxing videos.
No, it won't be quite as extensive as Paul's. I actually, some of the stuff I had to pick, I actually had to pay out the fucking ass for. So,
oh really?
Yeah, so it's like I couldn't do like 8,000 movies because, and no offense to Paul, I actually care about my audio and video quality as far as TV.
Oh shit, Paul! You watch anything, doesn't matter how grainy and shitty the audio is. He's on board.
I would say we should totally offend Paul because
Old school pay-per-view porn.
Paul lives in the fucking backwoods of PA, and lucky he can even hear and or watch anything.
Yeah,
And
then Paul says Redbeard is bird flu for some reason. I don't know.
That's pretty fantastic. I also want to say
that is pretty fucking funny.
We have double-digit people watching, and all I have to say to that is why.
You should leave comments and say hi so we can interact with you.
Yeah,
because we've got the rare combination of Lee and Redbeard.
No, there's no.
We talk about beers like ales, stouts, porters, lagers.
Beers from your country.
Yeah, if they're your country, I'm reviewing it. Also, Chris, you said females. There's only two females that are potentially going to view this. It's going to be Kim Loves Modest Mouse, or it's going to be Awkward Victoria, and both are here to see Redbeard and Redbeard only. So
that's right.
Although I don't think either of them will watch this because I'm on here. So
that's true. You're a piece of shit. We all know it. They even know it more than us. But either way, it's just how it is.
Let me see if I can get Terry. Was it Terry in here that loved? Who was it that loves you, Greg? Let me send some messages in.
Whoa, that's nobody other than Agnes.
Redbeard's pimping on Greg. I love it.
And there you go. Awkward Victoria is now in the chat.
That is
my marriage is a marriage.
Joe called that one.
Awkward Victoria's here for one reason and one reason only. It's Redbeard's beard.
And she can show you how to open a soup can with a hammer. I appreciated that.
It's amazing how many. It's amazing how many women want to have sex with Redbeard.
Shout out to Awkward Victoria. Shout out.
Oh, yes.
Thank you, Greg, for that.
And don't worry about Greg's awkward comments.
Victoria.
My comments are not awkward.
Hey, awkward Victoria, we have two rules. Two rules on this chat. One is from the guy who just left. Don't ever eat any taquitos from 7-Eleven. The other one is ignore everything Greg says. That's it. It's 2 rules. That's all we have.
And drink more gin.
Okay.
More gin.
Speaking of awkward Victoria, look what I found in my storage.
I knew it was gonna happen.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ,
Okay,
Nick, she's
I
not
need-
gonna fuck you. Stop pulling those out.
Shut up, Greg.
Awkward Victoria, ignore Greg, as I said. You ignore him as a whole. Just ignore
He is
him.
a hole. He's a black hole of just.
Big hole.
He's a black
holes.
hole of just, he's Greg. I don't even, it's hard to describe him, but he's Greg. He'll make some awkward comments coming up.
Rob's looking at your comments and then saying, fuck you, Greg.
All right.
Listen, Nick, I'm trying to make it. I'm trying to make
actually
it
looks
so,
pretty cool
so
on camera.
other holes don't ignore you, Nick. Okay?
It does.
Come on, I'm trying to help you out here.
Yeah, I'm going to say this, Nick, from a perspective
Dick.
of Greg. Awkward Victoria shows up. You get up, run across the room and pick that up and come back and show it up. Now, I'm saying, just from Greg's perspective, it's a little bit shady. Just saying.
Please,
Well,
Joe.
but
Joe,
from my
you really do love
perspective,
me
Greg's a
tonight.
little
Thank
bit shady.
No, he's not a little bit
Let's be
shady.
honest,
He's
let's be
fucking.
honest.
He's the epitome of shady. Greg is what he is. That's Greg.
We got to be honest for a second because Nick actually had that ready to go for the next time Awkward Victoria showed up.
No,
the last 3 weeks.
Here's a question.
I found it in the garage yesterday.
Yeah,
sure.
sure.
He did just comment.
I was actually kind of wondering where it was.
He likes it.
Oh,
Yeah.
let's ask Awkward Victoria a question. Awkward Victoria, what's the last beer that you drank?
There's a question.
There you go. What's the last beer you drank? And did you enjoy it?
And Joe, stop
Randomly
making this
also-
professional.
I believe everyone else will be okay. Awkward Victoria, you're probably welcome to join us if you want to. I don't know if you want to.
Hey, Greg might have to
Inviting
leave,
people.
and Nick might have to
Yeah.
mute himself.
No, that's
and
fine.
not
Yeah,
turn
send
off.
the link to Victoria if you want.
I'm just gonna throw out there that last time on the chat that a lady joined, I was perfectly well behaved, and Nick was trying to give his dick on a platter. So I'm just throwing that out there.
Once again, ignore
Well,
Greg.
just
until
because I
lesser
pulled my
extent,
Sega 32X out.
You pulled it out with all the add-ons, Nick. You had to show her every little bit of it, and how big it was.
It's called the Donair platter. You should know this by now.
So for the betterment of the channel, we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do this, and then we're all happy. Everybody's happy. Everybody's doing it. We're having fun.
Eat a dick, Joe.
I'm trying to save yourself from yourself.
That was pretty funny. Last beer that Victoria had was she had a Guinness. The last one was new that I'd ever tried. A brown ale. Don't know what it was.
From where? She's in what? Florida, I think. Somebody.
Yes.
Florida.
Yeah, Florida.
Oh,
She,
good.
what area of Florida? What
Florida.
area of Florida?
Florida.
Like yeah.
Is it like
Florida.
northern, southern, middle?
Tallahassee.
Like Jacksonville. Okay, so
I don't know. I don't even know whereabouts it is. Like,
well, she could probably answer.
she's never been super screwed over by a hurricane, which is nice.
Yeah, well, that's.
I'm
Oh,
guessing
that's
they
nice.
have car races over there. I'm just guessing. I'm not sure. I'm gonna check right now.
It was Duke's brown ale, she believes.
Duke's brown ale. That's I'm not gonna say that sounds nasty. Sounds like you're snoring.
Yeah, who just did that? What was that?
Well, I did that on purpose. That's Nick. I was just
Wasn't me.
preemptively nick it. It is. It's a Duke's Cold Nose Brown Ale from Bold City Brewery out of Florida somewhere.
I want to try that beer you just showed for a second, Nick, so badly.
Was
Oh,
that
yeah,
the
they're-
beer? Was that the beer that you
They
just
told
had
us.
there, Joe? The left field squeeze play.
No, I have the again them and their fucking baseball.
Bang
I
bang.
have the bang.
Okay, bang bang. Okay. No, I just saw somebody. I saw Jace Westcott share that link. And I was
Oh,
like,
really? Jace Westcott in left field? Really? I never knew.
Yeah, really.
He's been
crazy.
he's been messaging me on Facebook the last couple of days, like being all about that brewery. And
No, just
I
Jace
got-
Westcott is I'd imagine he works for left field, but he lives in Hamilton and
apparently one of their, I guess, laser show is coming to the LCBO or something, which is kind of cool because I don't want to. They have
it's already there. Chris got it and reviewed it.
It's not.
I think they should send at least laser show to New Brunswick or something, or even EFIS. I'll take
I want
EFIS.
Ephus.
I tried EFIS. EFIS wasn't anything really amazing for me.
Oh, you shut your mouth.
Oh, you shut your mouth.
Sorry.
I kind of agree with you, Rain Air Parade. I really enjoyed Hype.
I love you sometimes, Red Beard.
As I'm finishing up, it's basically all peach. It's pretty decent for peak though. What is your Best Buy date? I'm curious to know. Rain Air Parade. Do you have a name, Rain Air Parade? Do you have like even a fake name we can call you? Because Rain Air Parade, I just hate saying it over and over. Because
Rain Man.
yeah, raining on
Let's
your
call
parade.
him Rain Man. Parade. Let's call him Parade.
Call you Roip. Can we just
You're
call
like raining on her parade.
Oh.
Nick?
What-
On a
what
scale of 1 to never talk again, can you just leave?
Hi, Chad.
Leave your own chat. Nick.
Leave your own chat.
Joe's taking over your channel.
No, just settle down just a little bit.
Holy fuck, that goddamn laser show has an unreal fucking hype on fucking rape beer. Anyway.
Oh yeah, I've heard it's pretty good, but like
Well, it's kind of a shelf turd. It's sitting around. It's not like it's selling out.
99 overall, 97 for style, they're saying.
Wow.
Oh, but that's the
Wow,
rate beer.
that's
Rate
pretty
beer's,
good.
rate beer's fucking stupid.
Well,
the way
what
they
do
I
you
make
think
know,
of
it.
I know.
Let's,
I'm
let's
just
look at
saying.
Untapped because I think Untapped's pretty reasonable from.
Yeah,
from-
Untapped's a little more
Yeah,
reasonable
I
in their
prefer to use
scoring.
Untapped.
Well, you're getting the thing about Untapped is you're getting people from all walks of life drinking it, not just like uber beer nerds, which I feel kind of plays into the rating. And on Untapped, they give it a 4.05, which is probably more in the realm of what it probably should get.
Yeah, and I think Rate Beer's ratings have been changed lately. They're more skewered now. Like I think they almost kind of like grade on a bell.
Do you mean?
Well, no, you know what they did? You know what they did actually, Lee? They actually got rid of. They used to have like some kind of formula and curve and whatnot, and they just want straight ratings. So now, so many of these beers have either shot up or went completely just. So they because what they did is they switched a couple times over like the last 6 months. Like Beer Advocate's trying to become relevant because the simple fact of the matter is you can say what you want about Untapped, right? Like it's whatever, but Untapped is all walks of life when it comes to beer. You can have the guy who drinks Bud Light but occasionally drinks a craft beer. You have the crazy uber nerd, and you have everyone in between. It's a more, I think, real representation of what that beer truly is. Where Beer Advocate, if you sign up for Beer Advocate, you're a craft beer nerd. That's why you're on Beer Advocate.
If you sign up for Beer Advocate, you're also an asshole. Just like,
well, true, but it's one of those things where I think Untapped is a little bit more realistic and the ratings period where Beer Advocate isn't, and Beer Advocate's kind of struggling with where they, I guess, fit within this whole realm of like ratings in the internet when it comes to craft beer.
There's no struggle for Beer Advocate. They're the Alstrom brothers are a couple of douchebags.
Pretty much.
The amount of
those two, I would say their site's solid, but the fact that they run it makes it.
Yeah, they needed to leave it in the hands of more reasonable people.
And Rate Beer would have been a much better site if they didn't confuse people by the whole like within the rating, the style, and then like screw that up, but then also get bought up by AB InBev was not a good.
Yeah, that kind of doesn't help their reputation.
I always found it to be like it seemed their rating system was weird compared to like when I do.
Rate Beer is dumb.
I don't contribute to any of the rating sites, but when I do my reviews, I'll give the Untapped ratings and the Beer Advocate ratings and stuff. And Untapped is like the number of ratings on Untapped compared to Beer Advocate every time, or the beers that aren't on Beer Advocate but are on Untapped kind of thing. It's beer like Untapped is the king for ratings right now. It's not even there's no comparison. But
and here's the reality of ratings. People like to put a lot of stock in them. But like anything else, when it comes to any hobby you have and you want a resource, it's a nice resource. Okay, so if you go to Untapped and a beer gets a 4 out of 5, more often than not, you're probably going to at least enjoy that beer. Okay, it's going to be all right, right? But when people take these ratings
you enjoy the
gospel,
style,
when people take the ratings as gospel, look, it doesn't matter. Like right here, you guys are all my friends, but I don't really care what you rate it because you don't have my opinion. I don't have yours.
No, again,
those things where it's like if somebody on this panel gives a beer a 9 out of 10, I'm like, okay, they really like it. Okay, well, what beer was it? What style was it? How do they like this style? I start getting a bit too deep into styles, But it's the rating is good for one reason only. It's good for you, what you rate it, what you personally think about it. So many people take into consideration all these ratings and stuff and be like, so and so says. I don't care what Rate Beer says. I don't care what Beer Advocate says, and to a lesser extent, I don't care what Untapped says. It's what you say about the beer. The rest is irrelevant.
I say it on my channel all the time and reiterate it all the time. Like this is my palate's review. Like yours. Everybody has a different mouth, and you're welcome to like what I hate what I like.
And you've got a pretty mouth.
I'm just gonna say, and this is why I say Joe's gonna be the new king of Red Beer Tube when he becomes king of
Red Tube. Wow,
the king of Red Tube. He's gonna be the king of Beer Tube.
Boys, I'm ready. Where do I sign up? Do I start the rating somewhere?
He's gonna be the new king of Beer Tube as soon as he starts doing his reviews because he speaks the fucking truth and he's harsh, but he's fair.
Nick, Victoria has the original packaging for Rob.
Yeah, and I also just want to say I'm really kind of despondent and disheartened now, Joe, because I really care about your ratings.
Lee, when I was talking about everyone else, I was like, You and I, our ratings matter. Everyone else.
Oh, okay.
It's like all ratings matter.
No, but you know what's funny is when you get someone that's like super incredulous that like
Hashtag all ratings matter.
like so someone's rating like I'm not gonna watch your videos anymore. I can't believe you gave that a 8 out of 10. I gave it a 10 out of 10. It's like, dude, everybody in this world's different.
Oh, it smells like urine. Oh.
What? What are you even doing, Nick?
It smells like urine. It's like, why am I drinking this shit?
What the hell do you eat so your urine smells so good?
Now, awkward Victoria.
Right now?
Hang
Like
on,
pee in the can.
Awkward
Before we
Victoria
talk about
doing a beer vlog tonight.
Yeah,
I just told her do the vlog live with us.
well, also, I wanted to point this out, Awkward Victoria. Now, I'm not a beer tuber, right? I don't have a channel. I don't review beers. I've never reviewed a beer in my life. That's a lie. But when you join a live chat for an hour and a half, I don't think your beer vlog is going to take that long. I don't think anyway. So, like, you could probably just do it and just hop on.
Oh, that's true as well.
It's an option.
True.
It's
like
an option.
Awkward Victoria, you are the queen of the jump cut. So there's going to be there's so many points during your vlog where you could join us for a second and then just go back to your thing because
the queen of the jump cuts is tasting niche.
Yeah,
Awkward
let's not get crazy.
You know,
Awkward Victoria's
I will
a distant
say
second, which is a good thing. Which is a really good thing.
I will say this, Redbeard. I don't like it when people say invite this person so and so to the chat because that puts it on me to say yes or no, and I feel guilty. But I don't mind. I don't mind if Awkward Victoria joins. So go ahead.
Again, I wouldn't have said anything if it was anybody else, but I figured that this would have been okay this time.
And it's fine. I would have said yes anyway.
Well, no, and this isn't a note of the blue thing. She's been watching and chatting for several weeks now.
And she's joined before.
Yeah, she's been on my show before.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. If you don't want to join, we get it.
I think she just tried to say peer pressure, and she put pre-pressure.
Pre-pressure.
Whatever, we get it if you don't want to join.
Pre-pressuring you.
It's fucking Victoria. Come on. Don't need a whole speech about it. Just bring her in.
Yeah, no. She put it this way: she's more than welcome if she wants to.
How about Mac?
I should probably, while someone's fumbling with their equipment.
What is that? Yeah.
What's going on there?
Who's fumbling?
I should probably just pick a couple comments out of here. Rating on your parade says 5/19/2018. Michael Arsenault. General Robert E. Lee is my uncle, and I am a major unknown rock star guitar player for the kiddie pool.
Oh, okay. So the kiddie pool, I left out my discussion. When are the beer reviews going to start? And I was like, "Who the fuck is the kiddie pool?" But then I remember he mentioned the kiddie pool a couple weeks ago. So okay. Also, be on the lookout for the beer reviews. Rainy Eye Parade.
Yeah. Jamie says you're left untapped to start a site for his generation. You fax your ratings in, and a monthly newsletter posts all the results.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh, pray for you.
Oh, this is why Jamie is better than the rest of us.
Well,
no, we already know that. That's a no-brainer.
Awkward Victoria mentions she actually has one of those Rob robots or whatever. She has one in the box and all the original packaging.
So fuck you, Nick. She doesn't need you.
Yeah. Rating on your parade says.
I'll be fair. I've got the original box too. I've got the system.
Jesus,
set,
Nick.
Not the standalone box.
They're going to need to save your channel from you. Crazy that that's a thing, but it needs.
Hey, I'm not trying to say.
Go back in the garage. Go get the next thing.
Go back in the garage. No, I've got the rest of the set.
You need a voice changer thing running right now, so you sound like a robot as you're holding it up in the top. Pretty cool. That's awesome.
And rating on your parade asks, "What's the date on your can, Joe?"
That's a good question. Let's see if it shows up here.
What's the date on your can, Joe?
Best Buy.
5/21/2018. 5/21/2008.
Oh my God, Nick! Jesus Christ!
So the
Thank you, Joe. Now I can go back to moving discs and dropping them in awkward places like a piece of shit.
I see where you went there.
Awkward.
I say
Awkward.
voice changer. Don't just do the worst impression of a robot you can possibly do.
Worst impression ever.
His worst impression is also his best impression. So.
Why do I have the feeling that this video is one day going to be used as evidence in some future child abuse scandal from Nick?
Hopefully not. Awkward Victoria says, "Okay, I'm off for a tiny bit. Got to record." Well, if we're still here and you come back, you're more than welcome to join. If not, then I guess Redbeard.
There you go, Nick. You got her off.
Yeah, be right back.
Oh.
Link
Way to go,
Greg.
Nick.
was sent to you via Facebook.
Yeah,
Awkward Victoria. If you want to join, you have it. You're welcome.
Rob the robot was hoping to read comments, but he can't read comments because Joe ruined it for him.
Me? I didn't read the comments.
Yeah,
Peter, please join us and write us jokes,
Greg.
please. For the love
Maybe
of
it was Greg.
Somebody
Help computer.
save us from the net right now. Oh my god.
Can Nick at least be corrected what he's saying half the time?
No, he can't at this point, Joe.
That robot is from like the mid.
Error.
We lost Nick. We lost Nick. He's done.
Error.
Oh no.
Yeah, what the fuck's happening right now?
Error.
I'll be
Why
honest,
do
I
I
love
get
this-
the
I
feeling
love
he's
this new
gonna-
Nick. Nick just doesn't give a shit.
Oh, this camera.
Why do I get the feeling he's gonna wake up in the morning with that robot down his fucking pants?
Because he's Nick, and that's probably how it's gonna end up.
Listen. It's a known fact that all Rob the robots come with a personalized fuckhole.
Holy shit!
But you just know that he can do this.
Oh, Jesus.
Excuse me while I get my neck erect. Joe's like, why am I
you
here?
bastards are disgusting.
I can't remember. Was that fucking thing in that old Fred Savage movie, The Wizard, or was it just the Power Glove that was featured?
I don't think it was.
I thought it was
the
just
movie.
the Power Glove.
Yeah, I don't recall.
Yeah, I think it's just a Power Glove.
Okay, good, because
the Wizard, wasn't it? The Wizard?
yeah, the Wizard. Yeah.
Because remember, the Wizard was basically just a 2-hour-long advertisement for Super Mario Brothers 3.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
it was.
like it made me want that game, man. Like when I watched that movie the first time, I was like, I must play this game.
Everyone
And then-
wanted Mario 3 because
Super Mario
it was the shit
And
back
the,
then.
the idea that the bad guy would play Mario 3 with the fucking Power Glove is like, how did you even have a chance against Fred Savage?
Oh, like
Because the Power Glove's a piece of shit.
the Power Glove was a terrible piece
I was gonna say, yes, I have.
If you watch, there's documentaries on like how it came about.
I love the Power Glove. It's so bad.
Oh my god! The actual tech the Power Glove was supposed to use.
Dude, you just
like
fucking
ground
pulled
glove.
Hang on. Hang the fuck on for a second. Sorry, Redbeard. You just pulled Power Glove out.
Listen,
Nick did. Yeah, Nick did. He did for sure. Yeah.
You are not. I'm done. I'm leaving.
You know the funny thing is, I've got a Power Glove. It's somewhere hidden in my parents' basement, but I actually have one. Yeah, that thing is a complete piece of shit.
No, but it was
Make sure you use some lube on
I've
that.
used it before. I don't have a complete set that works. Like the sensors don't work on for this thing.
Oh my god, this
But
just became the
is-
nerdiest chat I've ever fucking been in.
I
Nick,
have
those
used
didn't
it.
work when they were brand new. So
You're jerking with power. Go, Paul. On that one.
That's awesome.
I have used this before. It was fucking shit. It has the poorest controls of anything.
I played
time.
Super Mario
but-
Brothers 3 with it. It wasn't great.
It was supposed to be amazing, but
The thing is, if they were to design as games that actually made use of this
not even that.
properly-
Not even that. Like when they made it, like the technology that there's a documentary somewhere out there you can watch. It's actually really cool. It's on YouTube, I'm pretty sure. It's and like it was that somebody out there had this awesome motion control tech, and Nintendo was like, we want that, and they kept trying to drive the price down, and like it went from being this amazing fucking technology to what the Power Glove is now, because they just cut corners everywhere they could to bring that price. It should have been like $1,000 thing to be like what it was supposed to. It would have been amazing, even like to have that technology.
They were trying to do whatever they could to cut corners.
It would have been revolutionary, man. It would have been.
Well, have you ever seen the review on it that the gaming historian did?
That I think that might be the documentary that I watched.
Yeah, that might be the documentary you were watching, because this technology was really highly advanced, and they actually took it and tried to make it cheap enough for it to be an accessory for the Nintendo.
And they cheapened it way too much.
They cheapened it way too much, and the games just weren't ready for it.
Again, like what it was, like when they show like they show the shit of like when they're like looking at the prototypes and stuff, and what it could have done, and then what they ended up with is just night and day. It's so sad, really, when you think about what could have been. Oh.
Yeah. But I'm glad I found this. I was trying to find this for when we did Beer Analysis 101 for Rolling Rock. It's just so weird to have it like that the angry video game nerd part. But
Nice.
I found it in the garage last night when I was digging for video game stuff. I was looking for my old CDs for PC games. Like I've got my old Athlon 550 up on the table here. I'm trying to get the Voodoo 3 working with some games. But I found this.
Why, Nick? Why?
I found this.
Why are you
I
doing
found
that
this
for?
in Rob in separate boxes, but I did find all the games.
Honestly, like compatibility mode is pretty not bad in Windows. Like, what is your? Are you just having nostalgia kind of fun with these old PCs and stuff? Or
Yeah.
is there
Well,
any...
some of it is like have you seen the prices on like? I got one right here. I got a Voodoo 2 12 meg card. You know how much these are going?
Where are
on
you
eBay?
pulling this shit out of, Nick? Seriously.
Okay, no,
I have a collection of this shit.
How
you know
much?
how much these are going for right now?
How much?
These are going for at least $100 or more on eBay.
That's
So I'm
disgusting.
thinking, I'm trying to see, do they work? Do they work perfectly? I'm going to put them on eBay.
I used to have.
I got two of these. I have another one somewhere. I think of a Diamond Monster, and that's a Metabyte Wicked 2.
I used to have the 16 meg Voodoo fucking card with the pod. There was like this pod thing that came out of it. The cord was like that big around, and it came out, and the one cord went to like your monitor. The other cord was about 6 feet long, and it came out to this huge pod.
Nick's gonna pull it out.
Oh,
And-
you had
yes.
you had the Voodoo 3 3500 with the breakout box,
The
didn't you?
pod had like it had inputs and outputs. It was S video and like RGB.
Like you could do video capture with it, couldn't you?
Back in the day, like people used to come over. I was like 18 years old. This is like 1998, and people would come to my house,
Jesus.
and we'd come over, and my computer desktop would be on my TV, and it would blow people's minds back then, man. It was so funny.
In 2000, I had the Voodoo 3 3000 that had TV out, and I could watch movies on my television back then. That was cutting edge back then. I'm really
badass. Like
boring the shit out with the panel right now with this nerd stuff.
Oh yeah.
Can I throw some blue balls into this potential nerd?
Yeah.
Please? Okay.
Anyway.
Okay, we'll go some more comments here. Pierre Bruno says, Rob the jack-off pal. Of course he has it on standby. 1, because he's a perv. 2, he has no life. 3, the sensors don't work because all the semen. Greg says power glove plus Rob. Yeah, Greg says power glove plus Rob equals women are obsolete. Pierre Bruno says sex dolls of their time. The adult we coming up. I don't understand that comment. Rajay says, when is Neil deGrasse Tyson showing up?
Oh, that'd be epic.
And Pierre Bruce, he's going to be showing up with a Jaguar 64 rod. Rajay says, this is right off the rails now. Paging Stephen Hawking, are you available? Pierre Brunos wants to know if the pod was insertable, like an alien robot probing you. And Jamie says, try to get my power glove to work. Make Stephen Hawking face.
Okay, I gotta take offense to what Paul says, because Paul says he has no life. I don't know who he's talking about, but whoever he is, hey, he's on this chat, so obviously he's cool, and you're watching the chat, so he has more life than you do. So fuck you, Paul. Second of all, the power glove sensor didn't work before semen, because I had a power glove before I could produce semen, and it still didn't work. And so it has nothing to do with the semen. So whether or not the semen helped or hindered it, it still didn't work before that, okay? So, Paul, get back to being English. Go back to, having sex with hookers that have bad teeth instead of regular hookers that you're used to having sex with.
Beer
Obviously, they're all dead.
Beer number 2 for the evening. Damn right. Oh, yeah, baby.
By the way, Paul, I like you, but
that's a good beer.
I completely agree. I so much agree.
I never heard of that beer. Fuck.
I'm having a breakfast with Churchill. Nitro.
Breakfast with Churchill, that fucking murdering piece of shit.
All the murders.
Why? Because he murdered a bunch of Nazis?
No, he murdered. He was also responsible for the murders of a bunch of colonials as well. He's a racist piece of shit.
Well,
like
that's
when
what
you,
I
when
get
you
for
really
not
look
paying attention
into
to
any of
history.
like
But the
the
beer is
old
delicious.
school founding father type people, aren't they? Like George Washington was a piece of shit. Abe Lincoln, like weren't they all really kind of they did good things that people remember them for, but weren't they all kind of pieces of shit back then?
Yeah,
More or
but
less?
Churchill gets the Rudy Giuliani fucking praise because he happened to be the guy there when shit happened, even though he wasn't really necessarily a great guy.
I was gonna say, like when you say Rudy Giuliani, you mean because he wasn't really that impressive, and because
Yeah, because Churchill made some great speeches, and that's about it. He was actually kind of a piece of crap in real life, but
I'm gonna have to say though,
he did do the tweet. We'll fight them on the beaches, and we'll fight the
We'll fight him on the shores.
good speeches.
There we go.
I was gonna say with this Churchill though, this oatmeal coffee stout, it has a better coffee taste than the fucking bows we did today.
I can just sit here and smell this beer like all day long. It smells fucking IP number 5. It smells bloody amazing, man.
Nick's sick of hearing it, so is Lee.
It's like sticking your nose in a pineapple.
Well, I really would fucking love to have that.
You guys should be getting it soon. I hope.
I'm pretty sure I bought the last 4 cans that exist in North Bay right now. But if more arrive, they will be mine. And I got a different batch. I want to say, like when you and Joe did your joint review earlier, the other day, whatever it was, I watched. Along with Lee, I watched the entire thing. I saw that comment; it's pretty funny.
there you go.
Mine was January 15th. So I want to say it was older than both of yours. And
No, Joe had the same date. I think.
Okay, cool.
Joe 15, yeah, the 15th. And Greg commented there was a February release on that too. So there's no doubt that Nick and Lee are probably going to end up getting it anyway.
It's out of stock everywhere, but I have to try 23 minutes to get a can, basically.
It really should become like you guys were saying in the joint thing. Like it's as far as from all I've tried every one except IPA number 1. I didn't try that one, but this is
number 1, number 3.
You know what, Nick? That looks like one of those fucking reptiles that fucking take the fucking gills and shit and go, "Boom!" Make it fucking look bigger.
That's Rob with the spinning motor, the gyromite set with the 2 tops, and the controller slot. The only thing I'm missing is the battery cover for the motor.
Oh, you're missing parts.
My only question is, I wonder if anyone looked into how many kids choked on those fucking plates.
Those are pretty big plates.
Except for Nick.
Yeah, but I've seen stories of kids putting very large things down their throats.
for the power glove.
Oh god, yeah, that piece of crap.
You put this around your television, which is not very big. It's only meant for like a 20-inch telly.
That's how big they were back then.
Exactly.
Which one goes at the butt?
Like the size of your penis, Nick, 20 inches?
Which one goes?
Around that.
That was
Not
an
a stick.
idiocracy reference.
It's funny, like because the Wii that came out, like the first Wii, I had one with my ex, and that the small little sensor thing on the bottom, and you calibrate, and that was actually a really cool overall gaming system. I was a big fan of it.
Your ex was a Wii?
Yeah, I bought the Wii for her, so like it was her Wii kind of thing, and when she left, she took it.
I found that in the box too. That's the sensor for the Super Scope 6, which I also have, but it's in the garage.
Nice.
It is in the garage.
I never used that actually for whatever reason. The only gun I ever used was like the original Zapper for the original NES. I never got a chance to use the one for the Super Nintendo one.
Take a look at how old that controller is.
That's a badass. Yeah.
That's the 2600.
Fucking Paul's fucking comment. Wow, Nick, let's talk about your camera stuff next.
It's actually really
we totally could talk about my camera, but this is the nerd stuff I got into after I got out of video games.
Glass.
Video game
this
stuff.
is still way too good.
That's their gin, isn't it? I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't stand gin. It's like
Gin is Guy's fucking shit, man. He loves
this. Does not burn.
Tequila is my mortal enemy kind of thing, and then probably gin, and then I guess white rum, whiskey, dark rum, spiced rum, vodka, just because vodka goes with everything.
This gin doesn't burn. It is something weird. So
I'd try it. I'll try anything once, but gin for me, as like historically, has always just been kind of pine stall.
Especially if you started with a Bombay, that's like the worst shit you can start with.
Well,
So
that
don't come.
sapphire, the blue bottle shit. Yeah, that was like, I don't know if it is anymore because it's been a while, but that was what all the bars used to stock here in North Bay as like their default gin.
I just found my micro cassette recorder.
Nice.
That could record some cool shit. At the
Okay, you know what?
here.
Just to compete with Nick, I'll be right back in a second.
I'm looking to see what's in this fucking box now. Holy shit!
You know what, Nick? Just make sure you get all this shit out of your system now, because when Awkward Victoria shows up and comes back, you can't talk about this stuff again.
Yeah, but it's what she wants to talk about. Coleco Gemini controller. I haven't had that system in years.
I've used those before.
Yeah, what these things? It's got the
Is that the
paddle
one?
at the bottom.
Is that the one you can play with the ET?
Well, yeah, but like the Coleco Gemini, the Atari had paddle joysticks like this, right?
No, I used the other one, not that one.
But this one here had the regular joystick and the one button on the side for Atari stuff.
Yeah.
But it had like a Y adapter, so you can connect two controllers together, and then you could play with the paddle joystick on the bottom.
Yeah.
This isn't nearly as cool as Nick's like super retro shit. But this, I paid about $1,500 for this fucking
wow, that's
first
pretty
bought
cool.
it. That's my mini disc recorder player fucking thing.
That's a recorder. I've got a player somewhere, but I don't have a recorder. That's pretty cool.
It's got optical in. It's still like the sound quality on this thing is fucking unbelievably impressive. But you can go through and you can like label every track and shit with the scroll wheel and stuff.
It was a lot smaller, but it was the same kind of audio quality you got from a CD, except for it was compressed. The AV HD, I forget what format it was.
Not even it was. You could like go like mono or something and like get like extra time, but like the discs I have, 80 minutes, so barely a bit more than your average CD. And I just like record MP3s off the computer, and they sounded better on that than they did as MP3s on my computer speakers, kind of thing. Every time it was pretty cool.
There you go. There's that Y adapter you connect the two controllers with I was talking about. Nice. Anyway. Oh my god. My old Pocket PC Ref, which is all like BIOS codes from the 1990s. Like an old little handbook you could take with you.
Dude, back in the day, I used to be like AutoCAD in high school. I took that in drafting, one of my courses. I knew all of the DOS. I knew so many keyboard commands to do things.
Yeah.
And nowadays with Windows and shit, they're gone basically. Now it's Windows like click and do this and click and click and click. And
yeah. It's all about clicking shit.
Clickety click click.
I don't.
We're boring the shit out of everybody. What's everybody drinking?
Hey, we had 6 viewers a second ago. Now we have 8. There are people that don't care.
Wow, there's actually people that are more interested now.
I'm having the rest of this 10 better years.
How many viewers now?
Hold on, Joe. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking from Night Shift Brewing Company Buzz, which is a double IPA with wildflower honey and lupulin powder, and then just a double fist. And then just a double fist to get crazy. I got a Trillium beer here called Dialed In.
Oh, look at you go!
This is with
randomly Greg
Chardonnay and Gewürztraminer juice.
I heard Greg. What does Greg want?
Just 10 bitter years you're drinking right now?
Stop talking on everybody, for fuck's sakes. Joe, what is that?
Double IPA from Trillium. Anyone want to name that juice? Anyone want to pronounce that juice?
Trillium.
Looks like
Gewürztraminer juice. It's some kind of white grape juice.
Gewürztraminer?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Why does it have the Ontario flower on it?
The Ontario flower, because that's Trillium's label. That's Trillium's what you call it?
Maybe that flower is called the Trillium.
Why does this Trillium Brewing have the Ontario flower on their logo? Why
am I drinking in #proper glassware? Shout out to you, Greg. Got Trillium.
Okay, what I was asking to Greg there, sorry. Again, I'm sorry, Chris. I didn't mean to.
God damn it.
Talking, God damn it. But Well, how
You
old,
offended Chris's vagina.
Oh, that is fantastic. I'm sorry.
how old is your 10 bitter years? Because I want to say I tried that and it wasn't that fresh. It was still okay, but I wanted to try it fresh. Is yours fresh?
I'd have to go and look. I'll go look at the can. Hang on. I'm gonna do this.
I just
for you,
wanted to
Red
say
Beard.
this is
I
what a
love it.
trillium looks like. That's a trillium.
Well, there you
Apparently
go,
they're
then.
illegal to pick, eh?
All right, so
Yes,
that's a
because
trillium
they're-
lookalikes,
because
and
they're
here's
on-
the logo. Does that
They're,
look like a
Ontario,
trillium?
they're Ontario's official flowers, so if you
Yeah.
pick
Okay,
them,
well-
you can theoretically get fined for it.
There are
is
red.
all-
There are red
no.
trilliums as well. The white trillium is like the official flower, and like if you, I grew up in an area where they grew wild, and it was always like the red ones are just like there'd be like 100 or 200 white ones,
Less red
and
ones
just a
last.
random one red one
All
somewhere.
right. As soon as we started talking to this flower talk, we started losing.
Well, all
This
I know
is.
I just want to
well,
point out that everybody started we got more viewers when we started talking about how the Power Glove and how it's so
Oh,
bad.
I think that's just a
Ne-
coincidence.
Nick, stop making the jack off motion with it.
I think you got more viewers when you started talking about the Power Glove when we all jumped onto the fucking chat and
Oh.
found out that nobody was actually listening. And we all
We're talking now about opium now.
That's right. Okay, Redbeard.
Opium.
Redbeard. To answer your question, my 10 bitter years was canned on January 12th, so it's fresh-ish. It's not crazy fresh, but it's fresh-ish. The thing with 10 bitter years used to be a lot better. It
That's
used to use
definitely
different.
fresh enough.
According to a Mr. Albino Rhino, which I'll take his word for because I don't fucking know, it used to be better because they used different hops. They used to source different hops. They couldn't get those hops, so when they released in the LCBO, they used different hops. It's not as good as it used to be. I agree. It's not as good as it used to be. It's still a pretty solid beer, but it's not amazing like it used to be. It used to be an easy 9 out of 10. Now it's
I want to say
7.58.
I enjoyed it. It wasn't amazing, but that right there looks really cool, man. Like,
Well,
again,
I would just say the Gewürztraminer is a white wine variety. So it's Chardonnay and Gewürztraminer juice, and it's fucking fantastic. So.
is it? Yeah.
Well, Trillium. So when you talk about New England style IPAs, Trillium is basically at the forefront of like the godfather of like the hazy, crazy stuff.
The other people come to them and like, you come to me with your beer. You want
Yeah, baby.
double IPA.
Baby, they bless you, baby. They're like, yeah, you all right.
It's not the Dusty Roads father.
Oh, baby, it's a Dusty Road file. You do know anyone who works at Trillium, baby? Because Trillium, they want to see what's in the fridge, but they also want to say Friday night.
Jamie's in the chat. Doesn't want to see what's in her fridge. She wants to look in our sock drawers. Apparently.
Well, that's Jamie for you because that's Jamie.
Jamie gonna jump in and be a little
Creep it up,
Nice.
buddy. Creep
Creep
it
it
up.
in the corner.
We're gonna go offline in a few minutes.
No, what?
Yeah,
Why?
you probably should have gone offline an hour
A
ago.
few minutes, not just right away.
You have 6 or 7 people watching like that. You had 10 at one point, and you're just gonna go offline?
Hardcore, yo.
Yeah, because I got to get to bed up at like 8:15.
You gotta get to that.
I'm gonna be heading out about half an hour. I'm saying half an hour.
Oh, okay. That's all right.
That's
when you say
reasonable.
we're about to go offline,
I
feel like
am
that's-
setting everybody's expectations. I gotta take this thing off because I gotta.
I was gonna say,
can't
Nick,
take
we
you
could take you
seriously.
seriously if you weren't wearing a power glove.
Power
I'm not
piss.
gonna hold the power. Yeah, power.
I don't remember anyone asking me to put
I
that
have
on.
the power piss, but I don't need to take the glove. Have the power glove on to do it. Speaking of which, I'm gonna leave I'm gonna leave Guy in charge. And
Why not me?
I have to pee. That's not gonna work.
All right. Well, I'll leave Chris in charge.
Woo!
Not Chris. Chris is so conservative. He's pretty much Republican.
Listen, I'm not really that conservative. I just want to keep everything semi-professional to the point where I just, we're talking about beer here. We're on the post.
We're talking about your
analysis
beer.
channel.
Your beer here, baby. Your beer. Your baby.
Well, I would say if this was difficult to get, Chris, I'd hook you up with one of these Trilliums because this is
Chris, how do you feel about arming teachers?
this is fantastic. I'm not even.
No, we're not going there, Greg. God damn it. Don't get in the... Okay, you know what? When Joe starts his channel and you have to produce some shit, Greg, you better fucking start before you get arrested. Come up with some good shit because it's gonna.
Oh, my channel, should it ever exist, will be the biggest shit show of all.
I want to see how fast it gets fucking banned off YouTube. Greg never shows up.
And
again.
I'm just letting you know. Greg, because you assume my channel's never going to come and you're safe. You're not that safe. Give it about a month or so, totally not safe. On a scale of 1 to safe, 10.
I'm not that worried, Joe. Plus, I'll make the most shit show channel ever. It'll be.
And that's what we expect from you. We don't expect anything
It
else
would be
but
a
that.
funny thing to do to get like a whole bunch of like I could do like a Greg compilation. Like I'm surprised. I'm surprised the Weissman committee hasn't taken
There's too much shit.
and taken the Greg parts and done a video about it.
The thing with Greg is too, and this doesn't sound crazy. Greg's too normal for the Wiseman committee.
Oh boy!
And to say this too, the Wiseman committee will actually look at other beer reviewers and say, you know what? To be honest with you, even though Greg's part of this, we're actually quite normal.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like
compared to everybody else.
Randomly, it just came out. Ed,
you guys are really hurting my feelings right now.
You guys must know the Todd guy that gets fucking torn apart on the Weissman. Who is that? Like, what is that channel?
So Todd is a guy. Todd is a guy that lives in and or around the suburbs of Columbus, Ohio. The Yellow Groove, who they also tear apart, also lives relatively close by.
Well,
and
Todd's
then
not the same guy?
Yeah, there's Todd, there's Yellow Groove, and then there's the Rules.
What's Todd's channel's name? I want to.
He changes all the time. I have no idea. At one boy, it was like Country Chef Beer Boy 92. That's the last one I remember.
That's
Country Chef Beer Boy 92, or maybe that's the channel that actually somehow archives all of.
That's the Mirror channel. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the channel that archives all of his.
He just recently deleted all of his channels. Yes. He's only got one channel now.
So about every month or so, he just deletes all of his content and starts a new channel because he's Todd. I don't know.
He's fucking crazy. He's just a depressed maniac.
All I know about him is the Weissman stuff, and he seems like I don't even understand the mentality you would have to have.
He's about 6 years old in a man's body. Yeah, he is very he's Todd. There's no way to really explain the man. But him, Yellow Groove, and Emil, the crazy Russian.
Yeah,
the rules with 7-6Z, something like that.
Yeah, sure.
They are all in and around the Columbus, Ohio area. There's something in the water there. Clearly.
Yeah, they go in and out of loving each other and hating each other. Like they just have these really banal internet feuds going on all the time.
It's insane. It really is insane to just
like the rules here. I be hanging out with Todd.
Yeah,
and Todd needs to get laid with girlfriends.
Remember the fucking video of them in the bar?
Yeah.
Oh.
You have to be more specific. There's a lot of those.
Yeah, Todd's just a creepy fuck. Like he's a stunted male. No emotional or intellectual growth past like 6 years old. He talks about his fart fetishes all the time. How he likes women laughing at him. He claims he's not gay. He claims he's not gay, but he would be into a dude fucking him as long as there was a woman there laughing at him while that happens.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
welcome back.
I would argue,
and I'm not judging. I'm not judging that. I'm just saying that like he's in big time denial. About
no. You're welcome to judge that. That's fucked up.
Well, the thing is, there's nothing wrong with being gay, but just admit to it if that's your thing.
Yeah. There's a difference between being gay and being in the closet.
There's a difference of being Todd and being everyone else too. Just to be clear, like he is on.
But Todd really is like
we live in a day and age where it's okay to be gay, but Jesus.
Well,
the real problem is that Todd's just kind of a piece of shit. He really is. Like he
the beer whisperer.
No, not Tom the Todd. Okay. He's another piece of shit.
He is the definition of loser, unfortunately. But here's the thing about Todd. I do think he has some serious mental issues, clearly, and I don't know if they're undiagnosed or whatever. But he shouldn't be on the internet.
That's what I'm about to say. Yeah, he shouldn't be on the internet.
We talking about the Todd that's on Rod's chat every once in a while.
No, we're talking about Todd. Wiseman's committee.
I was thinking like, oh.
Welcome back, Nick. Welcome back, buddy.
I just got back from a piss. Leave me a break.
I said welcome back.
Nick, some of us just call them peas. Just relax.
Raining on your parade, I'm drinking a trillion beer.
Some of us calling it a piddle.
Raining on your parade, I'm drinking a trillion beer to spite you because I know I don't know.
Ontario.
I really want to try something from Trillium now.
Dude, they make awesome beer. This is awesome. I don't.
My question is,
If I were to cross the border, would I find something from Trillium?
No.
Trillium's brewery only, and they're out of 2 different spots in Massachusetts. I believe it's Canton, Massachusetts, and then Boston. They have 2 locations. It's not as hard to get their stuff anymore. It used to be like you wait in line for 2 hours. Now, like, there's really no wait, but they don't distribute outside of like small little areas within like the Boston area. But
So
everything I've had is fucking. They're one of the best breweries I've
The
had.
question is, how did you get that beer, Joe?
Via a friend of mine.
So Trillium Brewing is
gotta have
out
friends.
of Ontario. Is that what you're saying right now?
No, fuck no. They're out of Boston, Massachusetts.
Wait, no, Joe. So buy the 2, whatever, and bring it to the bottle of Orgy share.
Exactly.
Well, if I do end up, I'm pretty. I hope I'm making. I might bring some stuff.
You should be coming.
We're telling you to. You're not.
I'm
asking
always
you.
coming. It's just
Oh,
whoa,
Joe just went dirty.
Are you breathing hard?
Oh, Joe's disgusting.
I
You're
am
breathing-
gross.
You better be breathing hard. Let's go.
I don't know. I can't. How do I breathe hard? Is it when Greg is sleeping and not drunk? I don't.
I'm not drunk yet.
Yet is the key.
I'm gonna be drunk because I'm drinking nothing but double IPAs and Russian Imperial Stout.
Oh, you're fucked. I love it.
I'm
You
already
weren't even kidding. I'm getting hammered. Yeah,
I told you I was. I barely ever do, but tonight
Joe is totally getting taken advantage of. He's gonna wake up with Guy behind him.
Is that really being taken advantage of, or just?
Oh my
life?
god! Why don't we just see
Yeah.
the back of Nick's neck? Is that
That's
like
a
some weird
dream of
sex
mine.
thing?
Because he's taking his fucking nerd pictures all the time.
Oh, okay.
Get more Guy IPA.
Raining on your parade. I will promise you this, because he says in the comments, he goes,
I was
never had.
talking to you, Joe.
Oh wait, what did you say?
Can you get more Guy IPA?
Oh, from Voodoo. If they
Imperial
release
Super
it, that's a rotating offering. They do the ghee one I send you, and then they do buddy, because they do the riff on the fucking whole South Park thing. If they do, I'll definitely pick some up. Voodoo's only like an hour and a half away.
How come everybody names their IPAs or beers after Guy instead of me?
Because his name is Guy, but it's Guy, so it works. Wasn't that a good beer?
And he's from
Wasn't that a
downtown
really good
Ottawa,
beer?
and you're from
That's
someplace
on me.
no one's ever heard of.
Guy, wasn't that a good beer though? It's a really good beer, wasn't it?
But yeah,
Fucking
I
good.
like the review too. I sent the link and everything.
Oh, they liked it?
Yeah.
Where the fuck is Rod? Rod's
I'm
usually
probably avoiding whatever the shit show is that's happening right now.
Yeah, Rod knows to avoid this.
It's all 'cause of you.
Shit show, so he's not.
I do think though, Guy, they changed the label of the beer. I think South Park may have not like threatened them, but kind of threatened them, because I don't think they have the whole South Park art on their labels anymore. Which
They should put me in that label.
yeah, no, they should. They totally should.
And
Awkward
I had the twisted finger and with the tape and everything when they did the reviews, and I had a Canadian hat too.
Hello, awkward Victoria. Welcome back.
He came back. Woo!
hey, Awkward Victoria.
What
Bonjour.
beer did
I'm
you
buzzed.
get? Beer well, had a Samuel Smith Winter Welcome Back beer.
Oh, that what she had?
Cool.
And what did
Winter
you?
Welcome's pretty okay if you like winter warmers, which
Then
Winter's
Greg
almost
says,
done.
Funny enough,
Star.
Funny enough, I just cracked open a Samuel Smith oatmeal stout.
oh my
Yeah.
god, you're on the same wavelength. Watch out.
No, you knew in advance. You had that
Oh,
ready.
you guys
No,
are
I
like kindred
didn't.
spirits. You guys are soulmates.
Raining on your parade, I will say this from your last comment. If I do at some point make a trip up to Portland, Maine, which is a very real possibility, I will contact you and we can meet up for a beer or two. I'll bring you some
Don't
stuff.
do it, Joe. Don't do it, Joe. It's a trap.
If you promise not to rape me or like try to do anything
Joe,
to me.
nobody can promise not to rape you.
Well, I know, but Raining on your parade, he might be one of those guys. If I bring him some good beer, I feel like that's a deal
Like
that he should take.
literally, if you give your dad a $5, he'll hold you down.
I'll do it for free.
Oh,
Nick, you just
Victoria,
lost awkward
Victoria
Victoria.
did not
Yeah, I
like.
saw that.
Oh,
Do you like the
Fail.
winter
Fail.
one?
Nick,
Beer,
fail.
got a stout. Oh well.
Oh, she didn't like the Oatmeal Stout?
What?
I just find
You
it
like
weird
the-
that like
you say you
Red
didn't
Beer's
like
second personality is like awkward Victoria.
Ah.
That's kind
Well,
of
here's a question for Awkward Victoria. Awkward
my
Victoria,
second
what is
personality.
Why don't you just call her
Beer's
Victoria?
Red Beer is a completely
Yeah,
different
Victoria.
personality.
Regular
well,
Victoria.
Victoria? What is your favorite style, or what have you enjoyed so far in your beer drinking adventures? I'd be curious to know.
He wants
I
to
love
see if you
doggy
get a
style.
ballot or not.
She's more or less.
Redbeard, you don't look like a woman named
Thank-
Victoria.
You know what?
Thanks,
We're
Redbeard. We
waiting for her
appreciate
to waiting for her to reply. I could say like I want to say from watching her videos, her beer tasting videos, she seems to be more along.
that. Studying her videos.
Her palate is kind of where mine was when I started my like anything super hoppy or super bitter or crazy.
Baby palate.
Was that when you were putting beer into shot glasses?
Again, yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Wait, you put beer in the shot glasses and then did reviews of them?
Dude, like for the first I don't even know. I can't remember what it changed, but yeah, it was bad.
That's on you.
I didn't know what I was doing back then.
I've seen them.
I poured one shot.
I
of beer into a glass,
don't
a shot
judge
glass.
Redbeard.
Just so you
Redbeard,
could
I
see
don't
it.
judge.
I took that shot and then I drank.
We judge her.
Yeah.
We
No,
judge
but-
Redbeard.
But you know what's awesome?
Whatever you do.
You know what's awesome about
See, there, might find that interesting. I just found the
Jesus
my
Christ, Nick.
Gyromite set for the Rob Robot.
Chris, would it be wrong of us to ask Nick to settle down? Because I don't think it would.
No, it'd be
Nick
totally,
doesn't need to
totally
settle
relevant.
Well, I was going to say
Yeah,
Redbeard and specifically Chris.
I'm getting a little tipsy here.
And I'm fucking hammered.
Go ahead, Joe.
So a lot of these guys, like
You guys are lightweights,
It's-
pussies.
Craig, we're not all
Shut
drunks
up,
like you.
Craig.
It's okay. Here's the thing.
Yeah, you're not alcoholic.
I feel like I'm being
Alcoholics.
pretty goddamn well behaved tonight.
No, Redbeard. I was going to actually
Redbeard-
compliment you.
Redbeard
Okay,
is very well unbehaved.
I was going to compliment you and Chris at the same time, but then Greg
I,
talks about.
I'd say you're doing okay, Redbeard, but I'm a poor judge of character right now.
Can you compliment me too, Joe? I really need it. I'm desperate for attention.
Greg, you're a good guy, but also an asshole. Here's the thing. No, with Redbeard and Chris specifically, but some of the best beer tubers, and by best beer tubers, I mean the ones that I enjoy watching.
That's a loaded question, Joe. Who's the best beer tubers?
Holy fuck! Let me finish my thought. Just let me finish. Just let me finish it.
I think the whole thought, I'm not just saying that. Let me finish your thought. I think the whole thought is full of shit.
The
Nick, he
king of
wasn't
beer
posing a
tube will return.
Nick, he wasn't posing a question, you dumbass. He was making a statement.
I was going
Continue,
to say-
Joe.
Thank you, Lee.
You're not a beer tuber anymore, Lee.
What I was going to say is, though, I think some
He
of
is
the best.
beer tuber.
All right, I'm not going to say that.
Fuck you,
I
Joe.
No, I want to hear the.
That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It's not. It's
I didn't say anything hoping to actually.
Listen, I'm gonna try one more time. What
I'm gonna let you finish.
Oh, fucking
I'm gonna
great.
say about red beer, I'm gonna say about
I
Victoria
was-
Secret, and a lot of beer tubers.
That
What
was
I
great.
enjoy, and this goes, and I know Lee has watched David Dowling, the Urban Viking, back in the day and whatnot. Some of the best beer tubers are ones who get into craft beer for the first time ever, and then they basically their experiences when they first start drinking. Those are some of the best beer tubers to see you get into beer, styles you like, styles you don't like, to see your palate evolve. That's why I really like watching Chris's videos, because Chris just really got into craft beer over the last year and a half. To watch somebody's videos where they don't know about all the styles, they don't know about all the beers and all
He's
the
got a
brews.
baby palate.
Well, he does, and he's graduated to top territory. So congratulations to Chris. But it's one of those things where it's like you see him open up and enjoy a certain style that he never liked before, like New England style IPs, or
I don't know.
getting over the hump.
I think that's a very elitist point of view.
No, again, I was.
Wow.
I agree. I agree with you, Joe.
It's fun to watch it. It's cool to experience. I don't know.
If you do watch my channel from the start to where I am now, like the IPA that
You need to watch
hit
it.
for me, that like
Shit.
I couldn't stand IPAs. They were always bitter and blah 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 and piney, and I couldn't take it. And then Octopus Wants to Fight IPA by Great Lakes Brewery here in Ontario. That's the one where I was like, this tastes actually kind of like juicy and actually pretty. And ever since then, IPAs have
And
pretty
from a
much become my style.
And from a viewer standpoint, like I said, it's fun to watch people kind of discover.
And I agree with you.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's the whole journey of it. So it's fun to see somebody realize, okay, my palate's changing, or there is a style that I didn't like before, and now I found a beer within it, so I kind of know what to like. Chris doesn't like IPAs, and found IPA number 5, and now it even makes him appreciate other non-super New England IPAs. And
It's probably that super bitter or resiny kind of IPAs that came before, like the New England style
It's all
IPAs.
the pine.
Yeah, the pine or the resin is really kind of off-putting.
Randomly, I gotta put the comments over here off of Victoria. Apparently, her beer vlog that she recorded, she may have opened the beer with a hammer and broken glass. I'm looking forward. I want to see this video. That's
Good move. I like her style. Also, like if you watch my channel from start to beginning, I'm giving a Guinness a 5 out of 5. So that's on you if you watch my fucking channel from start to beginning.
I'm pretty sure that's on you, Lee.
Lee, and I say this from somebody like you're one of the first beer tubers I watched, along with Jody, and even Chad's with a Z. Even though I don't like his stuff and I think he's kind of a douche, you know, he's a douche, not kind of, he is. It's fun to watch people from the beginning to the end. I mean, even beer tubers I watched, I'll go back and watch their first X amount of videos because it's fun to watch. It's fun to see the experience and the ride and the journey they go through, because there's so many people that come in and like, I don't like this, I don't like that. Well, go watch this beer tuber who said the exact same thing 3 years ago, and now they're at a point in their life where they can appreciate IPAs, certain IPAs. They can appreciate certain barrel-aged beers and certain styles. It's like one of those things where your palate, it does evolve and does change. And when you follow someone along, it's cool to see them finally like something that they previously disliked. I don't know. It's just, again, for me, that's kind of the enjoyment I get.
I can't like.
Well, I've told the story before about the very first time I ever watched one of the beer reviews on YouTube, and I was looking up a review of Pump House SOB, and I did a Google search, and the first thing came up was Lee's review of it. It was the very first beer tube review that I ever watched, and it's just
don't blame me for your fucking.
No, I am blaming because I am blaming you for because you were like the first thing I ever watched and the first influence I had when it came to actually getting deeper into craft beer. And I know you're ashamed of yourself afterwards.
Well, I'm just wondering how you strayed so far from my brilliance.
You're retired, man. That's what happened.
And here's the thing. Go ahead, Lee. Go.
I was just going to say, here's what's happened to me right now. I'm reliving my fucking videos because people like Jason Voorhees, who is like a frequent commenter and stuff.
Yeah. But not Jason Voorhees.
He's going all the way back
from the movies. Not Jason. Like Jason Voorhees on YouTube, not the actual Jason Voorhees.
No, because that's a fictional character. Thanks for clarifying that,
I mean,
Joe.
Settle down. He might be real. He might be real.
If it was the actual Jason Voorhees, that'd be fucking awesome, though. You can't do that.
Yeah, but I mean, he seems to be watching my videos from the very start and going through them. And
that's all right.
No, it's not all right, because he's asking me questions about these videos, and I don't want to watch them ever again. He's like, "What do you think about this and what's going on here?" It's like, I don't know.
That's on you.
Well, I shot that video 8 years ago. I don't know what the fuck I said. Leave me alone.
I did the same thing, Lee, but I
pretty sure it was more like 10 years ago now, Lee. I think it's been 2008 when you started.
To be fair, when I first started watching beer tubing, it was 2009, and you didn't have that much content. But I did remember going back through your content and Joe D's and watching a lot of it because it was cool to see. Like I remember for your channel specifically, Lee, a lot of people would give you shit for not having your face on camera. It was always right the behind the back view, and then you finally put your face out there, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's great to put the face to the sound or whatever." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
I always thought that was the lamest thing.
But it was cool. Like going back to 2008 and 2009 and seeing like you said, you gave Guinness the high mark. I remember you drinking what the fuck there was another beer too that like you were like 4.5 out of 5 or whatever, and then 5 years later you
probably something like 10 years.
Yeah, you're like I give it a 3 out of 5.
What is that, Maritime Brewing or something that had that beer that they're no longer around?
Yeah, I did a video on the pamphlet I found that was advertising all their fucking beers.
But in all honesty, when it comes to like being a beer tuber and reviewing beer, it's all about is it not all about the journey? I feel like it is. Like it's opening your eyes to styles and breweries and stuff you haven't tried before. That's the fun of doing it.
It
like should be anyway.
I was just putting in the comments there, like my if you like rewatch my shit in the first few months of me doing beer tubing,
you have to watch your shit first.
It's just
Nick doesn't watch anybody's stuff.
It's basically me just like screaming out in pain at how much I can't take anything because I was a bud drinker. I was like a mainstream.
See, that sounds like the kind of thing of why I like. If you ever watched my reviews, and I'm assuming you haven't because nobody does.
Plus, you don't post anything anymore.
But like my friend Fuzz, I bring him on the show because you can see the contrast between the guys that are regular beer drinkers, like normal craft beer drinkers, and the guys who really hate hops or really hate regular beers, and we bring him on as a contrast to see, okay, this is how a normal person would react to this kind of beer.
Well, normal
Some
person,
people
normal
like
beer
it.
drinker. Not
Some
normal
IPAs
person.
are great. Some IPAs really come across. There's something different that we can't see that really kind of fucks with people who are normal people going into beer, and it provides a nice contrast. And that's a sense for someone who's new to the product.
As much as we make fun of Rajay being a wine connoisseur or a wine thing, as much
Pretty
as
sure he is. He's top 50 on YouTube.
It's true, but as much as we laugh about that fact or whatever, and Lee's doing it right now when he's going from beer and going into whiskey, and he's doing all his reviews and stuff like that, and watching his journey. So take a beer tuber and go into wine, literally, not just like whatever Rajay's doing, but just even doing that journey, starting off with wine and doing it. There's nothing fucking wrong with that shit at all.
No, it's what you. I think
it's a whole fucking adventure. You know what I mean?
Like I said, as a viewer,
it's almost like a beer venture.
As
a
viewer, we know what
still got it.
Yeah, Nick, whatever Nick said. As a viewer, that's what you kind of want to, especially for someone starting out. You want to experience that kind of journey with them, or see how their palate evolves over the years, and that's I don't know. As far as viewing beer tubers go,
well, the way I look at it really is a journey, because I'm just a small town girl living in a lonely world.
Jesus Christ!
I took the midnight train going anywhere. I'm also just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit.
Yeah, no.
I took the midnight train going anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, that's. I mean,
that was some William Shatner like levels.
No, that was good.
That's William Shatner doing "Don't Stop."
Oh, we got the radio.
Yeah, I automatically thought like Bronski beating Small Town Boy when you said that.
You beat me to whatever.
So yeah, you thought about the gay video instead. Thanks, Nick. Good stuff.
Just say it, baby.
But in all reality, when it comes down to drinking beers, wine, liquor, fucking whiskey, whatever you're doing, you know what? It's you do what you want to do. Fucking who gives a fuck?
I mean,
honestly, who gives a flying fuck?
So to quote Chris, it's just you do what you do. Who gives a fuck? That's what you. That's
2018.
But it's way more fun if you're doing reviews.
Who gives a fuck?
Jesus, there's Greg walking out in the streets getting ready for a serial murder and his fucking Satanist
with the moon.
That's right. This is going to be used as evidence one day.
Nice.
And you guys are all part of it. You guys are in on the ground floor of my new business.
Oh, count us out.
Yeah, this can't be illegal.
Himself or does someone remute him, because I feel like he should be muted at all times.
Stop muting me, you a-holes. Jesus Christ.
Here's the thing, Greg. On a scale of 1 to win, there's a lot of it. So you probably just mute yourself so we don't hear it.
I'll be honest, for some reason I can't hear you very well on my phone, so I don't know what the fuck you're saying, Joe, but I'm sure bullshit.
I said, hey,
dog.
I was saying, hey, Greg, how you going? Muted. That's what I said. Don't stop believing. Don't stop.
I will never stop believing.
Hold on to your dreams. We have a lot of comments.
Blair Witch Rape Project.
Lonely girl.
We'll be back in a jiffy. Oh my god, that's fucking awesome.
Just so you know, Guy, I don't want a close up of fucking Greg like dripping snot on the camera.
Awkward Victoria says Redbeard has grown. I can admit that he took a shot of beer and then poured it into the glass.
Not even
Burn.
No, I used to pour a shot into a shot glass and be like, here, that's what it looks like. Then drink that shot and then drink the rest of the beer out of the can or bottle or whatever it was. And like my Mill Street vanilla porter review, where it's a beer that needs to be like, it's a nitro beer. You need to pour it into a glass. No, I poured one shot. Look at that. Cascade. And then drank it out of the can. It was fucking terrible. It was
Greg, I'm going to scream because you can't hear me. There's a lot of wind. There is a ton of wind.
Joe, I can hear you now because I reset my connection. Okay.
Wow, I can't hear you because I muted you.
Is he going to get the
I'll mute myself, motherfucker.
You're super, there's a lot of wind in the background, though, seriously.
Are you going to 7-Eleven to get taquitos?
Yeah, if you could send some to Nick and mail it overnight.
Just walking my dog.
I would love some taquitos.
To read other comments, Jimmy Jazz says, drinking beer from Jamie's neck of the woods, Men in Night Stout from Aberb. Here's an interesting thing. Now, this is for Lee, Guy, and Nick specifically, and maybe Greg a little bit, but our buddy Devin.
Yep.
Oh, Colgate.
I like Devin.
Colgate. So he had a not the greatest year. He's basically said he had a shitty year. A lot of things happened to him. He moved out west, and then he came back recently, and he used to work for. Who did he used to work for?
Inocente.
Inocente. Right? His buddy who used to work there, who is, I believe, the head brewer, like the assistant head brewer, he actually got a job at Aberb as the head brewer. And when Devin came back last month, he hired him on as the cellar, the cellar or whatever. I forgot what was the actual name of it. And so he's back in Ontario in the Kitchener area, the Kitchener Waterloo area, and he's working at Aberb. So with his buddy Craig. So
well, I imagine the quality of Aberb is going to go up.
Yeah, Devin's a good dude.
I like
good,
Devin.
good for him. Good for him. Really,
shout out
nice.
to Devin. I'll probably not watch this, but shout out
to Colgate/Devin.
Great guy.
Every time I run into Devin, I have a chat with him. He's a great guy. I love him.
Devin is the coolest.
Every time I run into him, every 4 years.
Well, the part about going up to Chad's back in 2013-14 was really Dev was awesome. Like he always bring me like fresh salsa from his garden.
Well, listen, I ran into Devin last year. He was working security for Chad's Fest.
Yeah, he was there. Yeah, that was like the beginning of his downfall.
Like
both 2017.
Okay,
Yeah,
two
well,
things.
I don't think anyone was brother.
I don't think anyone was working for Chad's Fest. I think they're all voluntold to work for Chad's Fest. And second of all, I feel Devin is just a better human being now that he doesn't have the crazy hobo beard anymore.
What? I think it was one of the greatest parts of him was the beard. It was like the symbol of wisdom or some shit.
Well, he ended up getting a tattoo on his neck, so he had to shave it off because he couldn't see it. Jamie says, LOL, watch my old review of Samuel Smith Winter Welcome, and I gave it a 3 out of 10. Quote, it's a fucking watered down, expensive beer with an ugly label.
Oh,
Jamie, that's a bit hateful.
Got an Uggo label.
I just remember noticed the thumbnail that has been posted for this week's 101, and the professional Greg is fucking hilarious.
That's going to be changed. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
I know.
I mean, he's more professional than Nick at this point.
No.
Then he continues.
Hey, I even used a British accent. I was pretty professional tonight.
No, because your accent was really bad.
Jamie continues with his review for the Samuel Smith Winter Welcome was set to private, though. And then he says, Guy was the first reviewer he started watching. He had me at, quote, orange candies.
Oh, it's addictive.
That's a classic quote.
It sticks in your mind.
And then Redbeard was like, the first few months.
Guy, what are you doing? Get your tongue back in your mouth, you fucking pervert.
I'm watching computer cabling how-to videos.
Guy, you getting all sweaty? What's going on?
Redbeard posts the first few months of my beer reviews is basically just giving it LOL. And then Victoria says, first few, try first year, LOL. Pretty good. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, Greg, go ahead with you and the crazy wind behind you.
Yeah, you want to unmute yourself? You can do it.
Yeah, unmute yourself.
I had to do it because the wind. It's the wind.
I just want to say, why is Nick being professional the same as being racist? Because he was obviously being racist against whatever accent he was.
Not being racist.
On a scale of 1
The
to
British race.
On a scale of 1 to professional, Nick doesn't register whatsoever at any point. He's fucking
Greg?
Nick. He's worse than. No, he's worse than you. He's totally worse than you. Nick, you're worse than
I must say that Nick's very unprofessional in that review.
Hey, Joe.
He came off like a common
Joe. Fuck yourself.
So who's the better entrepreneur out of the panel?
I would argue that Nick's a bit of a wanker.
This is a wanker, yes.
That wasn't the question.
Why is everybody piling on me just because I'm drunk?
Oh, wanker.
Nick, I'm also fucking hammered. No one's pulling on you. We're just joking around.
Nicholas, read the comments. I see something from Awkward Victoria in there.
Nicholas, you've already answered your own question.
So
Everyone's falling on you precisely
Because you are drunk, sir.
That's true. And Awkward Victoria
I
says,
am no more drunk than anybody else here.
and Awkward
That
Victoria says,
is an
She wants to know
inaccuracy,
something.
sir.
so Awkward Victoria says exactly this. She says, and she's talking to Redbeard in this way. She says, you couldn't drink anything in the beginning unless it was a lager. This is at Redbeard. And he said nothing, but yeah, he couldn't, but I still did. And then the last comment, which isn't Redbeard, but is Awkward Victoria, she says, I want to know if Maxwell likes the oatmeal stout by Samuel Smith.
I am going to say
Ooh.
yes. Yes, I do like the oatmeal stout from Samuel Smith, but I don't like this oatmeal stout from Samuel Smith as much as like the oatmeal stout from St. Ambrose, which is a much darker, deeper, roastier stout
Saint
than you would
Ambroise.
get.
That's
Saint
not wise.
Ambroise in the
Oh,
Say-
Nicholas, if I may interject, Nicholas.
say it with a more sophisticated accent.
If I may interject, Nicholas, that's not the question she asked. She asked your opinion on the Samuel Smith's oatmeal snout.
And so-
not any other stouts.
No.
Did
Nothing-
you
nothing
say
else?
oatmeal snout?
No, I did not.
I heard
No, he
snout.
I hear
Oatmeal
I
snout.
don't. I
That
don't
sounds,
hear
it sounds
snout.
like perhaps your
Oatmeal
ears
snout.
are also as drunk as your mouth.
Yeah, it sounds like you're
Oh,
super
I am
fucking
not
hammered.
going to deny that I'm drunk right now,
Now-
but I heard oatmeal
Now,
snout.
hang on. Now, I have a question for Awkward Victoria. Now, Awkward Victoria, you left us for a bit. You went to record what I would assume was a beer vlog. You're back. What is the excuse of not joining this panel? And hear me out. I understand that a proper
The answer
excuse
is
would be
Greg.
hang on. The proper excuse would be either Greg or Nick, and I'll accept that. But if neither of them enter the equation, then you should be in this chat. So what I'm saying,
I agree.
that's what I'm saying.
I will
Be in the
enter just
chat,
about anything,
but I
including
get
the
it.
equation.
Also, we're going offline momentarily, so if you want to hop in, and none of this stuff is public.
ahead.
everything-
Obviously, Miss Victoria is a very well-rounded
She's
woman.
classy.
She's very
She's
refined, very classy.
Yeah.
She's much like Queen Victoria in that regard.
Yes, she's been on before. She's all right.
No, but seriously, if you want to join
Oh,
Victoria,
yeah,
join
Nick,
in.
she's
And
all
That,
right.
that was hilarious.
Oh,
That
come
the whole
on.
awkward Victoria is Queen Victoria thing. That's like if
Queen Victoria.
if you've been
I
like,
will say this, Awkward Victoria, you turn Maxwell Stellar into Awkward Maxwell Star. It happens.
that was
Yes.
You made
Very,
it
Go
very
into his
awkward.
garage and just
Very
get
awkward.
everything ready.
I was awkward to begin with.
Yeah, we're gonna need you to put that down and just step away from the
Jesus,
camera.
get rid of your action figures, sir.
Yeah, I'm feeling fantastic.
Absolutely deplorable. Absolutely deplorable.
I should have probably drank all these double IPAs. This is on me. All
You
of it.
really
I
should have.
know.
You really
I've
should
been
have,
drinking
Joe.
too much. I drank so much tonight that I pulled out the power glove.
You know the great thing about it, though is at least all these are
Yeah.
good.
And apparently the Power Glove is going to pull something else later on.
But I love the power glove. It's so bad.
Especially with their power loop.
Why is Paul still commenting? But he's got to be at work, right? Like on a scale of 1 to work.
He must be working. Yes.
He's always at work, fuck's sakes.
Because like at this point, Paul, I don't care if you're fucking hammered beyond belief. You should be in here because it can't be any worse.
He's hammered at work.
Hopefully not. That'd be not.
I believe he's done that once or twice on his old job when he was,
When he hated all his fucking coworkers because they're all snitches.
and all he had to do was repair robots.
That looks like a drunk Cthulhu hand.
Yes,
What's
so-
the old quote? What the snitches get stitches? Because that's how I feel like.
Just get stitches. And
That's what I feel like. All of Paul's coworkers should have got back in the day because they all seemed like pieces of shit.
There was a lot of stab wounds involved.
Are you enjoying your new job, Paul? You said you were, but I'd imagine there's not pieces of shit working there as much as your old job anyway.
I think he is, considering he's blowing like $12,000 on fucking beer and fucking movies and shit on eBay.
I will say this from a personal perspective, and I can speak from pretty much everyone here, but I can't wait to see the videos with him and all the UK guys. It's going to be just fucking fantastic.
That is just hands down the only thing I'm excited for in BeerTube.
All right,
Oh,
I'm
no.
going to bed. See you guys later.
All right.
Yeah, I want to say this from the bottom of my aortic valve that needs to be replaced and is a piece of shit. I'm glad you showed up, buddy. Glad you were here for a couple hours. This is good to
Good
see you.
night, Guy. Thank you for joining.
And I watch your content, Guy, unlike Nick.
Ignore the fucking robot, Gee.
Guy, I watch your videos every
Guy,
once
Guy,
in a
Guy.
while, but not all
Let's
the
go get
time.
gin.
Guy, I give you thumbs up and I watch your videos. That's what I do.
Joe, shut the fuck up.
Thank Muskoka Gin.
All right. Take it easy.
Happy erections, Nick.
Happy Erectomundus.
Seriously, Victoria, why are you not in the chat? What'd she say? She said, I'm in the live stream, sort of.
She's in a live stream. She's got a boyfriend, so she's not in.
Who cares if she has a fucking boyfriend? She's a human being.
I know.
She likes beer.
She's a
can
human being.
It has nothing to do with her having a boyfriend. It has all to do with us being a bunch of awkward assholes who would make her uncomfortable.
I would say something along the lines
one
of
awkward individual, that'd be Nick. The rest of us are normal human beings as far as I can tell from that perspective.
No, I'm really a piece of shit.
I would say something along the lines of like exactly half of us are in a relationship, but I know that we're not because Chris just left.
Wait, Chris left?
Oh, Chris is not. Sorry, Greg just left. Greg's the only one in a relationship, and he's in an open relationship.
That wouldn't make us. That wouldn't make exactly half of us. What the?
I know.
You count at this point.
I know that. Look, listen. I know that, and the fact is, we're not.
This is the dumbest fucking robot ever.
We're all lonely sods.
All right, Victoria.
And none of us.
No. Listen. To quote Robert De Niro in Heat.
Sorry.
I'm alone, but I'm not lonely.
I don't know. I have a tendency to I don't know, act like a normal person regardless of the gender. So it's one of those things where I mean, I don't understand.
I do as well, but I just get the feeling that it's like I get lumped in with all the awkward people when the conversation starts.
Well, it seems like I'm in the same boat because I am not awkward.
Guilty by association.
Not that there's anything wrong with being awkward, but I'm just saying, like, it doesn't, like, if Victoria were to join or Kim loves Modest Mouse or whoever, it doesn't matter. I like talk whatever discussion is. We're just I don't get it. I don't get it. It's kind of ridiculous. But anyway,
discussion is irrelevant. Jimmy, are a nerd.
Jimmy, you are talking as a robot, Nick. Stop it.
Nick is not here. Rob is here now.
Oh my God, you just fucking said it before I could, Joe. Nick, stop with the fucking robot voice for fuck's sakes.
Paul said,
Nick is not here. Rob is now here.
Paul said,
irrelevant.
I am paying all my closed out.
You will be assimilated.
1K money. Nick's sex robot has a foul mouth. Nick is getting weird again. Awkward Victoria says, no, LOL. And Jimmy Jazz says Nick is losing it.
Yeah, which is accurate.
Again,
very accurate.
Nick is not here. Rob is here now.
Oh, she said, I explained in my previous comments why I can't. Wait, let me see this. Why can't you? Is there like I'm going back through, but I don't see. I know you said you were doing a beer vlog. Something else that happened? I don't know. I mean, it's all right, Victoria. If you can't join it, well, that's fine. I'm just saying.
Victoria's really woke. She knows it's a bad move to jump.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to join. I understand you wouldn't join in this situation. I get.
This sounds like a dumb idea. Look at it.
Jimmy Jazz says, correction, Nick has lost it. And
Jimmy Jazz is on point.
Oh, Jimmy Jazz, here's a question for you, because I know you were on the Beer Analysis 101, and I'm not that fucked up to not remember.
Yes,
what
you
did
are.
Think? No, I'm not. What did you think about the Bose bottle?
Yes, sure.
I know you were going to crack it open. It was in your fridge, and I don't remember you mentioning, or if you did mention it in the Beer Analysis, we missed it.
Yes. Rob would like to know what you thought of Bottle Imp.
Jesus Christ, Nick.
Also, I'm going to make this quick correction.
Greg can eat a dick.
Beer Analysis
yes, he
101 is going to be happening on Chris on the Tens channel next week.
Oh, is it?
Yes,
based on whatever's happened in the last 10 minutes, yes, it is.
Yeah.
I can totally eat a dick. It's whether I choose to or not.
What?
There's 9 people watching, and I just want to say to those 9 people, I apologize for whatever's happening right now.
Apologize. That's on them.
It's not even my channel, but I get it.
It's their fault. They can click off anytime they want.
Your channel is irrelevant. It does not compute.
It also doesn't exist.
Oh my God! Does not exist. Does not exist. Never will exist. Never will exist.
Who said it's going to be on my channel next week? Because I'm totally down for that. Talking like a robot.
Jimmy Jazz continues with first time having it pretty decent, a bit much of the bitter coffee flavor for me. We'll have to try it again. I think that's pretty much general consensus. Most of us enjoyed it, but it was a bit. Here's the thing: in this day and age, with all these crazy coffee beers, you don't get a ton of bitterness. I feel like the Bulls Bottle Imp had a little bit more bitterness than typically accustomed to in this day and age. So
unacceptable amount of bitterness
compared to even like I had the Cafe del Bastardo by Nickelbrook, and it's supposed to be this like
disappointing, right? Disappointing.
Again, like we were there, Greg, when I did online.
When you pay $14 for a 500 milliliter bottle, you can say it's disappointing.
It's still good, but I was disappointed in the fact that like there wasn't really any coffee. Like Marcel, I don't know, like he's not watching this. I don't know he will watch this. Marcel almost.
Nobody will.
I feel like almost every time he's in any kind of vlog with me, he like purposely gives the opposite reaction because like he was all like, "I'm getting so much coffee off this" and blah blah blah, and I was like,
"Well, maybe he does though, Redbeard."
No, maybe, but again, like. If you like, Marcel just likes to argue with me.
Marcel is irrelevant.
Oh
Maxwell Star will be taking a review offline soon.
Cringy, it's unbelievable.
The cringiness level, it's gone to level 5,000.
Joe is irrelevant.
9,000.
If Rob
Chris on the 10th is irrelevant.
If Rob
irrelevant.
Chris is pretty.
Maxwell Star taking a lot offline.
Remember Johnny
offline.
Johnny 5.
Offline.
Chris
Peters.